Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Spin that vortex up in the chat if I can be heard, family. Spin that vortex if I can be heard. All praises to the ever-present, omnipotent creator of all creations, the all and all, the always was, is, and never shall be, the mighty and great spirit, the mighty and great I am. I salute you all in love and light. Y'all already know. Peace and blessings. Shalom. And all the above. Tap in. Y'all see the title, The Creator versus the Deities of China. China, yeah. The whole earth is blanketed with deities. And you know, CGG, FGK, we here to expose the deities everywhere. You feel me? So I see y'all tapping on in. Good to see y'all in the building. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe, share. Run over to Creator Gang TV, like, subscribe, share that deal. You understand? It's going up. It ain't going down. It's going up, baby. Up and out. Who we got up in the building? We got my brother Dreadful Cosmine, West Side Connect in the building. Bless up. Yeah. My bro BC in the building. You already know we them boys. CGG, we them boys, baby. Let's see y'all in the building. Love and favor. Print Blake, Yeshaya, Dirty South Brethren. Love and favor. All right. Shalom. You and your fam. Y'all already know. Mahaya, Flow Rider, Dayton, Ohio in the building. Y'all already know. Love and favor. In the name of the creator, every last one of y'all. Pretty Face, Steffi Randall in the building. Perpetual bliss to all in the chat. Another West Side Connect. Y'all already know. Hub City up, Compton, Ahuba in the building. Yeah. What is the word? What is going on around this deal? Who else we got in the building? Child of the creator of it all. I love that. That's hard. Child of the creator of it all. Who can get mad at that one? Love and favor. We got another sniper on the roof. Got the big homie Dominique in the building. Tread lightly. You might want to tread lightly, Jack. Black Royal Family TV. Y'all go like, subscribe, share. It's our brother Sila Shalom. His YouTube web series, which will be on Netflix shortly. You know what I mean? Y'all go like, subscribe, share. Salute to the big homie Sila Shalom in the building. Y'all already know who else we got. We got YAH'KI in the building. YAH'KI in the building. Love and favor, sis. What's the word? My brother Fritz Foxwell in the building. Shannon Logan in the building. Big ups. Love and favor to both you, bro. Man, y'all already know who else we got up in here. We in the building today. All right. My brother Dion in the building. Beat up if YAHWH'S. We got the sister with the longest name in Israel in the building. Bina in the building. What's the word, Bina? We got the big homie now B in the building. Peace, God. Salute. What's the word? Elder? Hey, get with me on WhatsApp, Elder. You already know. I know we got to tie down some dates and all that. You know what I mean? Upcoming events and all that. Get at me, big homie. You already know, Elder. Salute. Just me in the building. My brother, the archivists. Brother with the archives in the building. Y'all already know who in the building. We got my brother, the Bronze Yoke report in the building. Y'all go like, subscribe, share, man. Y'all go like, subscribe, share. You dig? Number love and light in the building. All right. Yeah, baby. Bezel the oil light in the building. ATL in the building. Stand up. Y'all already know. Good to see the elder not be in the building, man. Good to see Michael not be wearing the building. That's my bro right there. It's my elder. All right, who else we got up in the building over here? Ovion taking a step. Much love. Shalom. Angelic in the building. That's my sister. Love and favor. Good to see y'all in the building, man. Well, you look, y'all know how I get on. I like to bring out an appetizer before we bring out the full thing. You know what I mean? So, I want to show y'all something real quick. Y'all see the title, right? The creator of all creation, right? When we all profess that's our Father versus the deities of China. All right, versus the deities of China. I think this is wild. All right, and then we gonna get into it. We gonna see, because one thing about what we call the ever-present creator or the Most High, you know what I mean? One of the main attributes about the creator is he's ever-present. And ever-present means everywhere at the same time. The closest example you got to that is air, the air you breathe, everywhere at the same time. So not only is the creator of all creation ever-present, the creator of all creation is not in form and figure of anything, an animal, a man, a woman. So not only is the creator ever present, meaning everywhere at the same time, the creator also is invisible. No one has ever seen the creator. So that means whatever you claim you done saw and you worship, you dig, is false. False. You dig? Because again, the creator is everywhere at one time. Everywhere at the same time, meaning ever present and invisible. The only way you can see the creator is through the method of his creation and how his creation function. But then you got people who understand, you know, certain aspects of creation and then deify that, turn that into deities and start worshiping. Like they'll deify the sun, deify the water, deify the moon, deify the earth. You know what I mean? And in essence, start worshiping these things. Right. But I mean, that's remedial. That's half retarded, because if I gave you a big head Ben Franklin right now, a blue $100 bill, you're not gonna thank the blue big head Ben Franklin. You're gonna thank me or say, Malik, right on, forgive me that $100, man. So it's the same thing dealing with the creator and the deities and the gods. You see what I'm saying? No, we thank the one who gave us creation. We don't praise the sun. That's a created thing. We don't praise the planets, the moon, gods, lords, saviors, men, angels. All these are creations. You know what I mean? They're not the creator. And see, so it's a revolution that we fight. Make no mistake about that, y'all. This is a revolution. You dig? We tearing down the gods, because there are true gods and there are false gods. There are true goddesses and there are false goddesses. The difference is a true God is never worshipped. True God don't want your praise or your prayers or you to pray to them and worship them. No, a true God is a one-time living man. You dig? He just your brother. You know what I mean? If anything, any angel or God that appeared to you, or Lord that appeared to you, that's in form and figure, every angel is in form and figure. Every deity is in form and figure. The way to tell if that deity or that spirit is rocking with the creator or not is if they want your worship and your praise. Or is they telling you, no, don't worship me, you worship the creator. You're tripping. I'm just your brother. Don't worship the creator. Well, where's the creator at? Everywhere at the same time. Does he have form and figure? No man can attain to his form and figure. Does he have an extent? No man can attain to his extent. The creator is everywhere at once and invisible. The only way you can see the creator is in the evidence of his creation and how the creation functions. See, so a true God is never worshipped or prayed to. A false God is worshipped and praised. A false goddess is worshipped and praised. Believed by many to be the creator of all creation. See, so we're clearing it up over this way, making it clear for you so you can be like, oh, okay. Dang, so now you got to go back to the drawing board and look around. And then ask yourself, dang, okay, what God is it you claim you follow? Whatever God. It don't matter. Okay. Does it have form and figure? Meaning, can it be seen? Yeah. Yeah, it can. Where is your God right now? Is it on a throne? Is it riding an animal? Is it in the throne in the heavens with Jesus at his right hand? Is that where your God at? Right? Where's your God right now? And if they say, yeah, they're on a throne, you know what I mean? Riding on an animal, then that means your God is localized and not ever present, not everywhere at the same time. So in essence, if it can be seen and it's localized, if it can be seen and localized and it is worshipped, it is false. It's false. Remember, the creator is ever present, meaning everywhere at the same time, and invisible. No form, no figure, no animal, no man, no woman, no angel, no none of that. You see how we cleared it up? They got cleared up real quick. Easy work. So now that we know that, let's get into this. Let me show y'all this. The name of this video is called, man, and this is crazy. And this is going back to ancient China, all right? And then after that, I'm going to show y'all, you know what? I may do the top because this one's shorter. I'm going to show this first. Top 10 Chinese gods and goddesses. Let's show that first. And then I'm going to show y'all how they're connecting the ancient god, one of the gods of China, Shangdi. They're saying that's biblical God. That's Shangdi is Yahweh, based off what I'm going to show y'all after this one. You feel me? I'm like, oh, no, the plot, the plot thickens. Let me show this first, and I'm going to show y'all that. You dig? It's crazy. I'm like, man, hold on. What is they? You start looking this stuff up, you like, dang, dog, they got a straight altar or a temple to the God of heaven and earth in China. Nigga named Shangdi. Hold on. Let me show y'all this first, though, man. Man, I be laughing. This is crazy. All right, look, let me show this. Share screen. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. CGG in the building, FGK Creative Gang outside, boy. You dig? No deity is safe. If it has form and figure and it is worship, it's false. Dang, son. All right, watch this.
This video is brought to you by Captivating History. For a country as big and as populated as China, considerable obscurity and mystique surround the land. Their resistance to, and in some ways revolt against, Western ideologies and lifestyles has enabled them to conserve their traditions in the post-colonial world. Their perseverance against external forces is commendable, whether it be for better or worse. Not wanting approval, lacking communication with the outer world, and adherence to their culture has made them an exciting outlier for the West and the East. Like many Eastern cultures, Chinese mythology has been passed down orally from generation to generation and recorded in some sort of literary form. Since this huge land encompasses a huge population, the myths are varied and distinct. Many stories have two versions, one with a rather historical outlook and another that forgoes it completely for a fable. At this point, it is important.
Hey, many of the stories and myths, there are multiple versions. You don't say. Watch this.
Important to note that the word God may have different connotations than the Abrahamic God. In Chinese, the reading for the word God is closer to spirit or soul than to an omnipotent being. Just by comparison, other ancient belief systems like Hinduism or Greco-Roman mythology treat their gods as complex figures of virtuous and erroneous attributes. Chinese mythology is no different. Without an integrated understanding of the mythology, the Chinese lore is vast in width and breadth, making it hard to follow a linear historical path while studying it. But here, there were also spirits known as Kui Shen that inhabited trees, streams, and other natural habitats. Then there were Gui, who had died and passed on, but whose bodies were not respected after death, leading to an eviler disposition. All the deities had specific purposes and played a crucial role in the functioning of the universe.
What is it, a siren? A mermaid? Dang, son. What is going on around here?
Fantastic beings, enchanting magic, and exotic locations are staples. More than 200 gods and goddesses were worshipped throughout the ancient land. Their perseverance against external forces.
Hold on. More than how many gods and goddesses? Hold on. Just in case somebody try to play around with us. Hold on.
And lifestyles has enabled them to conserve their traditions in the post-colonial world. Their perseverance against external forces is commendable, whether it be for better or worse. Not wanting approval, lacking communication with the outer world, and adherence to their culture has made them an exciting outlook for the word God is closer to spirit or soul than to an omnipotent being. Just by comparison, other ancient belief systems like Hinduism or Greco-Roman mythology treat their gods as complex figures of virtuous and erroneous attributes. Chinese mythology is no different. Without an integrated understanding of the mythology, the Chinese lore is vast in width and breadth, making it hard to follow a linear historical path while studying it. But here, there were also spirits known as Kuei Shen that inhabited trees, streams, and other natural habitats. Then there were Gui, who had died and passed on, but whose bodies were not respected after death, leading to an eviler disposition. All the deities had specific purposes and played a crucial role in the functioning of the universe. Fantastic beings, enchanting magic, and exotic locations are staples. More than 200 gods and goddesses were worshipped throughout the ancient land.
More than 200 gods and goddesses were worshipped throughout the ancient land. Now remember, if it has form and figure, and if it is worshipped, it is an idol. It is a false god. It is false. Remember that. Watch this.
They ranged from creation deities to legendary figures. Despite changing over the millennia, Chinese deities can be categorized into 4 overlapping types: mythological beings, natural spirits, legendary historical humans elevated to the realm of the gods, deities tied to the 3 major religions of the land: Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. Since the Chinese culture is so expansive, with hundreds of gods and goddesses for different people, communities, and belief systems, we cannot discuss them all. So we will only focus on 10 of the most important ones. Let's dive in. Pangu. Before the birth of the cosmos, chaos prevailed under cover of absolute darkness. A formless, primordial void clamped the universe. For around 18,000 years.
Sound like Bible, don't it? It said in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness covered the face of the deep.
The chaos arbitrarily composed itself in the form of an egg. The egg contained the essence of the entire cosmos.
The vortex.
According to lore, yin and
Look at that vortex. That's what I'm saying. They don't even know what they're looking at, y'all. Look at that vortexian current and energy.
yang battled against each other in the strict confines of the egg, finally arriving at harmony. This balance brought about a supreme being, Pangu.
Deities is, why is these deities always jack naked, man? Like, I don't get that. This nigga named Pangu.
Pangu symbolized Tai Chi, the Chinese concept of infinite potential in the metaphorical fetal position, the precursor to duality. Trapped in the shell, he rubbed and
this nigga come out like this nigga come out dancing like he mad or something. Man, what is Tarzan? What the hell is going on here? And they don't look Asian.
Moved against the shell and broke the egg with an axe. This act set everything free, releasing the universe from its caged shell and establishing planetary bodies. The 2 halves formed the earth and the heavens. Pangu burst forth from the shell. His name, meaning ancient coil, refers to his age.
Wow, his name means ancient coil. Wow.
And the fact that he was curled up in the egg due to lack of space. The Scottish missionary James Legge, who lived in Hong Kong, described Pangu in the local culture. Pangu is spoken of by the common people as the first man who opened up heaven and earth. It has been said to me in pidgin English that he is all the same your Adam. And in Taoist picture books, I've seen him as a shaggy, dwarfish Hercules, developing from a bear rather than an ape, and wielding an immense hammer and chisel with which he is breaking the chaotic rocks. The first written record of Pangu's myth comes from the 3 Kingdoms period that approximately lasted from 220 to 280 CE. Many creation myths predate the myth of Pangu. Fuxi, the original male ancestor and the first hero
Fuxi was the original male ancestor, really?
Of Chinese mythology. Fuxi is the inventor of a writing system, music, the domestication of animals, fishing, hunting, and cooking. With these and other inventions, he brought civilization to the wild, barren earth. Pangu, the ancient Chinese historian, explains, "In the beginning, there was as yet no moral or social order. When men were hungry, they searched for food. When satisfied, they threw away the remnants. They devoured their food, hide and hair, drank the blood, and clad themselves in skins and rushes."
Drank the blood.
better or worse. Not wanting approval, lacking communication with the outer world, and adherence to their culture has made them an exciting outlier for the West and the East. Like many Eastern cultures, Chinese mythology has been passed down orally from generation to generation and recorded in some sort of literary form. Since this huge land encompasses a huge population, the myths are varied and distinct. Many stories have two versions, one with a rather historical outlook and another that foregoes it completely for a fable.
Stop that. Must be mean to go somewhere else. They'll keep jumping back. Let's get on back.
Humanity. One of the most powerful gods, he is often depicted having the upper body of a human with the lower body of a snake. Born to the goddess Wazhu, Fuxi married his sister, Nuwa, and according to one myth, the two were responsible for the birth of humanity. Nuwa. The sister and wife of Fuxi, Nuwa is often called the mother goddess of Chinese mythology due to her role in establishing human life on Earth. As the purveyor of vitality and health, Nuwa was the female figure for women to look up to. Even today, women worship and pray to her in matters of childbirth, fertility, and sensuality. The mother of all humans is usually portrayed.
She has form and figure. She's prayed to. She's worshipped. That means she's false, yeah. Form and figure. You can see her. And she's prayed to and worshipped as the mother of all humans. Goddess.
Portrayed in the same manner as her husband, although some images depict the two as having a human face attached to the body of a snake. In one myth, she and Fuxi are credited with the genesis of human life through marriage. In another, Nuwa goes for a walk. She is overcome by a spell of despair and starts to sculpt figures from clay. Starting small and working her way up to making an image of herself, she gave life to animals and people. She is also...
You see the god and the goddess responsible for creation over their way of brother and sister. So we talking incest too. All these little gods is freaky, man.
So known for undoing a calamity that descended from the heavens onto earth. Nuwa Shangdi. Shangdi is the Chinese term for highest deity. And is probably the...
Now, this is the deity right here. They say is the equivalent to biblical Yahweh. Shangdi. No, his title means the highest deity. Shanga, highest, D is deity. Shangdi. Dang, that's crazy. Wait till you see what he looked like. Wait till you see him downstairs. Wait till you see what him look like.
Closest translation to the definition of a universal deity, as found in the Abrahamic religions. However, in theological discourse, the term is used in widely different ways. The most common usage of the term comes from Taoism. In Taoism, the source, the path, or the way known as the Tao serves as a guiding light to humanity. In theistic forms of Taoism, Nuwa Shangdi refers to the 5 emperors who are considered the physical manifestations of Tian, the chief heavenly entity in ancient Chinese philosophy. The 5 manifestations are represented with 5 colors. According to different accounts, each color symbolizes one of the 5 phases of eternal creation, the 5 sacred mountains of China, and more. The deities are known as the 5 forms of the God of Heaven, 5 heavenly deities, 5 olden lords, and 5 colors deities, to name a few. Individually, they can be understood as Huangdi, the yellow deity of the north; Kangdi, the blue-green deity of the eastern peak;
the blue-green
HICKMAN,
deities,
the black deity of the northern peak; Chidi, the red deity.
Hold on, dog. We can't skip. You can't just skip past us like that. Hold on, Hangdi, the yellow deity of the north. Hold on, you gotta slow this down sometimes. You can't just let certain stuff skip past you. You gotta process it right. 5 heavenly deities, 5 olden lords, and 5 colors deities. Name a few. All right, let's go look at some of these.
Olden lords and 5 colors deities, to name a few. Individually, they can be understood as Huangdi, the
Hangdi, the yellow deity of the north;
yellow deity of the north; Kangdi,
Kangdi, The blue-green deity of the eastern park.
The blue-green deity of the eastern peak. Heidi.
Heidi. The black deity of the northern peak.
The black deity of the northern peak. Chidi. The
Chidi. Chidi. Look at Chidi. The red deity of the southern peak.
red deity of the southern peak. And Baidi. The white deity of the western peak.
I know, got to be a white deity somewhere in there. Baidi. The white deity of the western peak. Man.
Ud, or the Jade Emperor. One of the most popular
the Jade Emperor, Ud. I thought that said Yehudi at first. I was going to say, dang, that's messed up. Not Yehudi, Jew.
Figures in Chinese tradition is the Jade Emperor. He is the assistant of one of the three divine teachers that form the Taoist Trinity. Often considered the ruler of heaven, the leadership traits of the first emperor of China are the stuff of legends.
That's supposed to be the ruler of heaven according to them. There he is, him downstairs. Dang, dog.
Portrayed as a lithe, middle-aged sage who wears flowing robes and sits on a throne.
He's a hold on. He wears flowing robes and sits on a throne. Hold on, good. Hold on. See, that's what I be talking about. Him sit on the throne too, huh? Hold on. Let's go see what's going on here. We in the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 1. Let's look at some of this. What did Isaiah see? Him downstairs. I look at Isaiah 6 and 1. It says, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Hold on, big dog. What you mean his train? You mean like a choo-choo train? What you mean? What's going on? Hold on, let's look at this in a different translation. Sometimes it get real weird. All right, so let's go to the NL. We in the NLT. Isaiah 6 and 1. It was in the year King Uzziah died that I saw the Lord. He was sitting on a lofty throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. So the train is obviously something they got to do with his robe. Let's look at a different translation. The NET Bible will say, in the year of King Uzziah's death, I saw the sovereign master seated on a high elevated throne. The hem of his robe filled the temple. So remember, the creator is everywhere at one time, meaning ever present and invisible. So who is this Isaiah saw sitting on the throne, whose garment or hem of his robe filled the temple? Who is that? Is that the creator or is that a deity? Is that the creator of all creation that Isaiah saw in the year King Uzziah died, or is that a deity? Which one? Let me go and show you. So we don't be under no illusions. All right. Right here. We in the book of Safar, OSB, headshot, body blow, finish him. Look at this. 8834. Question: what is an idol? Answer: anything having form and figure that is worshipped. Anything having form and figure that is worshipped. Who is that Isaiah saw? The sovereign master, or the Lord sitting on a throne. It's not that Lord worship. Does it not have form and figure? Obviously it does if he saw the Lord sitting on a throne. Look at this. 8836. Question: who is God? Answer: a spirit with a heavenly what? Throne. Believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Familiar spirits often call themselves God and taught mortals to call them that Also, bag drop, boy. Bag drop. How you get around that one? How you get around that one? We just was looking. Let's go back to the video. Hold on, let's go back to the video. Y'all be thinking I'm making any of this up. If you understand, question, what is an idol? Anything having form and figure that is worshipped. So anything that you can physically see that is worshipped is an idol. If you understand that, give me a 9 up in the chat. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down. If you understand that if you can see it and it is worshipped, if it's sitting somewhere and it's not everywhere at the same time, if it's sitting on a throne, then it's not everywhere at one time. So it's not ever present and you can see it. And it's worshipped, it's an idol, meaning it's a false god. If you understand that, give me a 9 up in the chat, man. Let's work. Let's slow this thing on down. Slow it down. I know sometimes the information be coming crazy from everywhere. Now let's get the understanding. Let's go ahead and get the understanding. That way we all good. All right? Then we can move forward. But without us getting some understanding, we wasting our time around here. You got to understand, it's important to understand the character of the creator, what an idol is. What is an idol? Now you know. An idol is anything that you can see that is worshipped. Anything that has form and figure, that you can see that is worshipped. And if you can see it and it has form and figure, guess what that proves? It's not ever present. Ever present means everywhere at the same time. The closest you got to that is earth. It's the closest you got to that. You understand? The creator fits those attributes right there. Ever present and invisible. So an idol is anything that has a form and figure that is worshiped. What did Isaiah say he saw? He saw the Lord sitting on the throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. So he saw a being called the Lord, and the Lord was sitting, meaning him got an ass, him got a rectum, him got a hind part. He's sitting. So that was a deity that Isaiah saw. That wasn't the creator of all creation. It's a deity. And you worship the Lord to this very day. Majority of the earth worship the Lord. So now we know what an idol is. Now we understand how we can be like, nah, that ain't the creator. You crazy. You know what I mean? For one, you can see it. 2, it ain't ever present. Question again. Well, who is a god? A spirit with a heavenly throne. A spirit with a heavenly throne. Look at this while I read that. All right. What is an idol is the question. Answer. Anything having form and figure that is worshipped. Who is a god is the question. Answer. A spirit with a heavenly throne. What is he sitting on? Believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Familiar spirits often call themselves God and taught mortals to call them that also. Bag drop, boy. We understand now. See, ain't hard to understand. You just got to slow down and look at it for what it is and stop being afraid to call truth for truth. It's just what it is, man. All right, it's just what it is. Watch this.
Appearance has
who wears, look at this. This is this other god. He wears flowing robes and sits on a throne. His appearance has constituted the stereotype. Hold on.
Constituted the stereotype of an ideal emperor for a long time. His ideas and guidance light the way for all emperors. Some myths declare that the Jade Emperor was...
Man, he looks suspect as all hell. He looks suspect as all hell.
Born with the initial expulsion of Pangu from the egg.
Imahuba say him got a split. Exactly. Swivel hip.
But according to most myths, the emperor was a mere mortal who was elevated to the ranks of the gods once he achieved enlightenment. The Jade Emperor appears in many folktales of the Chinese and is said to appear around the Chinese New Year and judge people according to their deeds. Zhiwangmu. The Queen Mother of the West, Zhiwangmu, is said to be the wife of the Jade Emperor, according to some myths. She is often associated with Taoism, even though the earliest mentions of her in historical inscriptions predates Taoism. She oversees the lifespan of human beings and decides on the occurrences of major disasters. She had several children with her husband, and some of them served as important religious figures. The powerful, high-ranking goddess often serves as a mythological feminist icon due to her strength, courage, and raw character. She symbolizes prosperity, bliss, and longevity, and she tended to the peaches of immortality in the palace gardens. And who defiled her garden of immortality, but perhaps the most popular character in Chinese mythology? Sun Wukong. One of the 4 great classical novels of Chinese literature is The Journey to the West, the origin story of the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. A legendary figure of the Chinese literary canon, and certainly the most popular one in the West, Sun Wukong is even the subject of a video game. The trickster god can transform himself into 72 animals, control natural...
Dang, he can transform himself into who? 72 animals. Dang.
forces like wind, water, and fire, and possesses amazing strength. Today, Sun Wukong is among the most well-known Chinese characters in the world. Born from a stone, his rebellion against the heavens lands him in a mountain where he was imprisoned by none other than the Buddha. After a few centuries,
imprisoned by the Buddha. Oh no! Dang, what is going on?
The disciple of a monk named Tong Sangzang, and followed him to India to look for ancient texts. With the monk's teachings, Sun Wukong finally attains nirvana and curtails his streak of greed.
Oh, he over there in India with the 330 million deities.
And anger. Hu Yi and Chang'e. The story of Hu Yi and Chang'e is one of the most popular stories in Chinese folklore. When the nights were elusive, the days were hot as coal, and 10 suns lit the earth. The archer, Hu Yi, struck down 9 suns to comfort the planet and its inhabitants. The Jade Emperor was delighted, and Zhiwangmu gave him an elixir of immortality as a reward. He was to return to the emperor's palace as a deity, but he could not decide how to leave his wife.
You gotta come on home as a deity, player. Hold on.
Before he could revel in the magnificence of the drink, his wife, Chang'e, stole it. She drank it, turned immortal, and fled to the moon. The romantic Hu Yi weathered the harsh trial of life and, by embracing humility, began to fall in love once again. He started leaving treats outside to show affection and love to his estranged wife, the moon goddess. People continued the tradition.
He's like, girl, I was just playing. You know what I mean? Girl, I was just playing. I ain't even meaning that, girl. Here, take some cookies. Hey, I was just playing.
To this day, the Dragon King. As the oldest symbol of a deity.
I knew a dragon had to be coming out somewhere. Yeah. They big on them dragons.
In China, images of the dragon date back to as far as 5000 BCE.
Oh, wait, date back as far as when? 7,000 years ago.
Long Wang, the Dragon King, is the Chinese god who manipulates weather, dragons, and sea monsters. An embodiment of Yang, the Dragon King represents good fortune. His 4 brothers are his subordinates and supervise the waters, one per cardinal direction. The 5 dragons did not need to communicate verbally and could easily exchange information telepathically. In turn, the Dragon King answered to the Jade Emperor. The wise and just deity was responsible for rain. As a sea creature, he is quite popular in coastal areas, where he serves as the patron saint for fishermen, sailors, and farmers. He is especially remembered in times of famine and drought. The 8 Immortals. The 8 Immortals are a legendary group of deities that fight against evil and work to uphold the values of justice. Settled on 5 islands in the Well,
these they ain't denying these are deities. Ain't no denying it.
High Sea. They are said to be the only ones who can move around the shallow body of water. The 8 Immortals are precursors to the modern idea of superheroes. In fact, this group has served as an inspiration for many pop culture phenomena. The 8 Immortals are Kao Guojiu, Hang Jiangzi, He Jianggu, Lan Kaihe, Li Tieguai, Lu Dongbin, Zhang Guolao, Zhang Liqian. Throughout history, China has been able to effectively withstand and repel external forces. Even when external influences found their way into Chinese society, like Buddhism, they would be integrated into existing structures in unique ways. Eventually, the people would revert to their own heritage, their folklores, their rituals, their ceremonies, their usual conventional routines. Because China has not experienced exposure like other major countries, their mythology remains shrouded in mystery and is even more intriguing for it. We hope you enjoyed this video on Top 10 Chinese Gods and Goddesses. If you enjoyed the video,
Bang, 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 baby. Let me throw that video in the chat for y'all so y'all can check that out. What I got up on the screen right now is Shangdi. Went right into Wikipedia, since this is one of the deities they talking about. And they saying this is the highest deity over there. We got to go on to Shangdi. All right, so now China has many deities as well. China, aka Japheth, many deities of worship. But man, I ain't ran into nothing as deep as that Indian stuff yet, man. That stuff was crazy. You feel me? But let's get into some of this right here. Shangdi, this is on Wikipedia. You feel me? It ain't really that hard. Matter of fact, here, let me put that in the chat too for y'all. Y'all can have it. You know what I mean? Take these links and do your thing with them. Bronze in the building, my brother. Bless up. Cosmon Cal in the building. Bless up. Y'all go like, subscribe, share the Bronze Yoga Report, Cosmon Cal TV, Jehovah Chronicles. Y'all tap on in, man. Tap on in. Y'all know the gang is outside. Gang is outside. I'll just read some of this real quick. Shangdi, Chinese, is the name of the Chinese highest deity or Lord above. In the theology of the classical text, especially deriving from Shang theology and finding an equivalent in later Tian, heaven or great whole of Zhu theology. Tian, that name in Owaspy too. Tian. Although the use of Tian to the absolute God of the universe is predominant in Chinese religion today, although the use of Tian to refer to the absolute God of the universe is predominant in Chinese religion today. Tian, huh? Look at that. Show y'all Tian. We go right back there. Easy work. Same site, Wikipedia, 10. All right, what it say? Now, this looks like an old ET looking image. It says 10 is one of the oldest Chinese terms for heaven and a key concept in Chinese mythology, philosophy, and religion. During the Shang dynasty, that's what we're talking about, Shangdi, right? During the Shang dynasty, 17th to 11th century BCE, the Chinese referred to their highest god as Shangdi. Shangdi, Lord above, or Di, Lord. During the following Zhou dynasty, Tian became synonymous with this figure. Before the 20th century, worship of Tian was an orthodox state religion of China. See that? And here goes the Chinese bronze scripted Tian right there. Literal meaning heavens. All right, got a Japanese and Korean and Vietnamese equivalents. All right. All right, that's 10. Let's go back to Shangdi, because Shangdi got Shangdi got all type of rituals to him. All right. Read that again. It says Shangdi is the name of the Chinese, is the name of the stop there. Is the name of the Chinese highest deity or Lord above in the theology of the classical text, especially derived from Shang theology and finding an equivalent in later Tian, heaven or great whole of Zhu theology. although the use of 10 to refer to the absolute God of the universe is predominant in Chinese religion today. Today you hear 10. 10. That's crazy. That's an Owaspy. Shangdi continues to be used in a variety of traditions, including central philosophical schools, certain strains of Chinese Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, some Chinese salvationist religions, notably Guanao Dao and Chinese Protestant Christianity. And Chinese Protestant Christianity. So Shangdi is the cat they claiming is Yahweh. Shangdi. That's crazy. In addition, it is commonly used by contemporary Chinese, both mainland and overseas, and by religious and secular groups in East Asia as a name of a singular universal deity and as a non-religion translation for God in Abrahamic religions. You heard this? As a name of a singular universal deity and as a, hold on, man. Hold on, we can't let you get away that easy. Hold on. See, they're trying to switch scenes on me now. Hold on. Can't let you get away that easy. All right, it says right here. Stop there. Right here. Right here. Bang. In addition, it's commonly used by contemporary Chinese, both mainland and overseas, and by religious and secular groups in East Asia as a name of a singular universal deity and as a non-religion translation for God in Abrahamic religions. Ball game, baby. So whether you're talking Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Hashem, you know what I mean? It's Shangdi in China. The universal deity. See, so even though you look at videos and they be like ancient China worship the same God as that's in the Bible, or ancient China worship the same God as biblical God. Well, biblical God is a deity too. Think about it. Read it again. It says, in addition, it is commonly used. What is commonly used? Shangdi is commonly used. It was already used by Chinese Protestant Christians. It is also used by religious and secular groups in East Asia as a name of a singular universal deity and as a non-religion translation for God in Abrahamic religions. Ball game, boy. Ball game. That's some of the etymology of Shangdi, the usage in the Shang dynasty, right? And then the Zhao dynasty. Y'all go look all this up. The Han dynasty. But I want to show y'all something. Let's get on down to the worship of old Le Shangdi. And then we're going to look at some images of Le Shangdi. Hold on. Let's share this tab. Let's work. Let's work. Let's show the worship. Since this is what you game, what you think of playing? Hold on. Oh man, now look at the little rituals, the little Shangdi. As mentioned above, sacrifices offered to Shangdi by the king are claimed by traditional Chinese histories to predate the XIA dynasty. The surviving archaeological record shows that by the Shang, the shoulder blades, the shoulder blades of sacrificed oxen were used to send questions or communication through fire and smoke to the divine realm. A practice known as scalpelment. How you say that? Scalpel. I see scalpel in that deal. Scalpemanacy. I don't even know how to say that. Cal people probably know how to say that. Scapulimancy. I guess that's how you say that. But look what they was doing. They was sacrificing the shoulder blades of sacrificed oxen, and they were used to send questions of communication through fire and smoke to the divine realm, a practice known as scalping. The heat would cause the bones to crack, and royal diviners would interpret the marks as Shangdi's response to the king. Inscriptions used for divination were buried into special orderly pits while those that were for practice or records were buried in common middens after use. During the Shang, it is observed that D did not receive direct coat. Instead, his consular spirits will be manifested into the human world to be offered sacrifices. Huh? So I just basically what otherwise we talk about. It's his consular spirits will be manifested into the human world to be offered sacrifices. The Shang often identified these spirits as D, and sometimes perform a D sacrifice to them, illustrating intimate connections of the recipients with the being. Under Shangdi or his later names, the deity receives sacrifices from the ruler of China in every Chinese dynasty. Y'all heard this? Hold on. Right here. It says, under Shangdi or his later names, the deity receives sacrifices from the ruler of China in every Chinese dynasty annually at a great temple of heaven. China has a great temple of heaven. We're going to look at some of it. All right. We're going to look at it today. Under Shangdi or his later names, the deity receives sacrifices from the ruler of China in every Chinese dynasty annually at a great temple of heaven in the imperial capital. Following the principles of Chinese geomancy, this would always be located in the southern quarter of the city. During the ritual, a completely healthy bull. Hold on. We sacrifice bullocks, don't we, in the Bible? Hold on. A completely healthy bull. Why is that doing that? I want y'all to see that. All right, there. During the ritual, a completely healthy bull will be slaughtered and presented as an animal sacrifice to Shangdi. The Book of Rites states the sacrifice should occur on the longest day on a round mound altar. The altar would have 3 tiers: the highest for Shangdi and the sun, S-O-N of heaven. The second highest for the sun and moon, and the lowest for the natural gods, such as the stars, clouds, rain, wind, and thunder. It is important to note that Shangdi is never represented with either images or idols. Instead, in the center building of the Temple of Heaven, in a structure called the Imperial Vault of Heaven, a spirit tablet inscribed with the name of Shangdi is stored on the throne. Huang Tian Shangdi. During the annual sacrifice, the emperor would carry these tablets to the north part of the Temple of Heaven, a place called the prayer hall for good harvest, and place them on that throne. Now look at this. Conflation with singular universal God. It says it was during Ming and Zing dynasty when Roman Catholicism was introduced by Jesuit priest Matteo Ricci that the idea of Shangdi started to be applied to the Christian conception of God. Did y'all hear this? The Jesuits had to come through. Jesuits had to come through. Look at that. While initially he utilized the term Zianzu, the Lord of Heaven, Ricci gradually changed the translation into Shangdi instead. His usage of Shangdi was contested by Confucians, as they believe that the concept of Tian and Shangdi is different from that of Christianity's God. Zhang Shixing, through his book, stated that Shangdi only governs while Christianity's God is a creator, and thus they differ. Ricci's translation also invited the displeasure of Dominicans and that of the Roman Curia. On March 19, 1715, Pope Clement XI released the edict Ila died, stating that Catholics must use Zianzu instead of Shangdi for Christianity's God. Dang, dog. Dang. Look at this. When Protestantism entered China in the middle of the 1800s, the Protestant missionaries also encountered a similar issue. Some prefer the term Shangdi, while some prefer the term Shen, meaning God. A conference held in 1877 in Shanghai, discussing the translation issue, also believed that Shangdi of Confucianism and the Christian concept of God are different in nature. However, by the 1900s, most British missionaries, some Catholics, Chinese Orthodox Christians and evangelicals preferred Shangdi as a connection with Chinese native monotheism. With some furthering the argument by linking it with the unknown God as described in biblical passages of Acts 17, 23 through 31. Catholics prefer to avoid it due to compromises with the local authority in order to do their missions, as well as fear such translation may associate the Christian God to Chinese polytheism. Nowadays, through the secular Chinese language media, the Chinese word of Shangdi and Tian are frequently used too as a translation for the singular universal deity with minimal religious attachment to the Christian idea of God, while Confucians and intellectuals in contemporary mainland China and Taiwan attempt to realign the term to its original meaning. Catholics officially use the term Zien Tianzu, while evangelicals typically use Shangdi and or Shin, God or spirit. Let's look at some images of La Shangdi. So Shangdi is a deity that is sacrificed to. We just read it. Shangdi is sacrificed to. All right, let's go to Shangdi and look at images. Shangdi, Chinese god. Go to images. Right? Is Shangdi ever present? Everywhere at the same time? Is he invisible? Or is La Shangdi sitting on a throne? There he is! Him downstairs. Look at Shangdi. Look at La Shangdi. Giant statue of Shangdi. So he's not ever present. He has a form, he has a figure, he's worshiped, y'all, and he's giving sacrifices. Him downstairs, there he is, sitting on a throne. There he is, look at him. Him downstairs, sitting on a throne. Some people try to tell you this is biblical Yahweh. Look at old Shangdi. Little Shangdi, look at it. Him downstairs. That's supposed to be Yahweh. That's crazy. Form, anything having form or figure that is worshipped. All right. Let's go back to OHP so we can see. All right, so you can understand. Book of Safar, OHP, headshot, body blow. All right, let's look at some of this. Book of Safar, AA, starting in verse 6. You can understand. Question, who comes here? Answer, a faith is in the Creator. Who is the Creator? Answer, the Great Spirit. He who is over all and within all. The potent, meaning the strong and unseen, invisible. It is he whose ever presence quickens into life all that live. Heard it? Question, where is the Creator? Answer, everywhere. Nor is there a place without him. Question, what is his form? Answer, no man can attain to know his form. What is his extent? Answer, no man can attain to know his extent. Question, is he a person? Answer, inasmuch as all the living are persons, so is he the all person of all things. Inasmuch as his ever presence quickened into life all that live, so is his ever presence with the living, seeing, hearing, and feeling every word and act of all men, women, and children on earth and in heaven. Ain't that what that just said? I'm going to read that again while y'all look at La Shangdi. And ask yourself, does he fit the bill of being the ever-present creator, the creator of all creation? All right, this is La Shangdi right here. Look at La Shangdi. All right, and let me go back and read what I just read. And you tell me if that holds up. All right, let's go back to it. All right, so y'all see that up on the screen, right? Question comes again. Who is the creator? Because they trying to say that's the biblical Yahweh right there. Who is the creator? Answer, the great spirit. He who is over all and within all. Is Shangdi over all and within all? No. Shangdi is sitting on a throne and somebody carved him. The great spirit, he who is over all and within all. That ain't Shangdi. Strike one. The potent and unseen. Well, you can see Shangdi. Strike two. It is he whose ever presence quickens into life all that live. Well, he can't be ever present. When he can't be ever present, you mean understand meaning everywhere at the same time if you're looking at it. So Shangdi, I mean, if y'all claiming that is biblical God, well, that just simply means that Shangdi, aka who you call biblical God, is not the creator, but a deity. Because in order to be the creator, you have to be ever present, everywhere at the same time, and unseen. If you understand that, give me an 8 up in the chat. Give me 8 up in the chat. Question, where is the creator? Answer, everywhere. Nor is there a place without him. Question, what is his form? Meaning, what do we look like? Do we got a form? Right? Because Shangdi got a form. Who Isaiah saw sitting on the throne with a cake that filled the temple had a form. What is his form? Meaning, what he looked like? Answer, no man can attain to know his form. Well, you can attain to know Shangdi's form. Look at him. So much so you can look at that statue and say, Shangdi, barefoot. What is his extent? How far is his reach? No man can attain to know his extent. Is he a person? Question. Answer. Inasmuch as all the living are persons, so is he the all person of all things. And as much as his ever presence quickened all and quickened into life, all that live, so is his ever presence with the living. So the creator sees all, hears all, and feels every word and act of all men, women, and children on earth and in heaven. Ball game, boy. That ain't him. You see how we can just put it up on the screen and then read what we talking about and then quickly dismantle the notion. If you thought Shangdi was the creator, you're sadly mistaken. And if you're saying Shangdi is biblical God, meaning Shangdi is Yahweh, then you're sadly mistaken, thinking that biblical God is the creator too, because he was seen as well. We got 8 up in the chat. Sound like people understand. Nah. The actual statue ain't the deity. It's the inspiration behind it. That's it. It's the inspiration behind it. There's a God behind it that's inspiring the sculptor to sculpt the statue and come up with the rites and ceremonies. They don't just wake up and come up with them rites and ceremonies. They're passed through the false gods and their emissaries through the oracle houses where the priests are. And the priests write them down. And then the priests, do all that before the king and show the king. And then it goes before the people. So now the actual statue itself isn't, right? But the concept and the deity and the spirit that inspired the statue to be drawn or carved out, the image to be drawn or carved out, that came up with the rites and ceremonies. Like, ask yourself, who came up with the ceremony of burning the victim to the bones cracked so somebody could divine and understand what the God wants? You see, that had to been passed from the spirit realm. So no, it ain't the actual image or the picture, but it's the inspiration behind it. You feel me? Something inspires you to draw that, to carve that, and come up with them rites and ceremonies, the sacrifices, the initiations, all that. There's a God behind it. There are spirits behind it. You know what I mean? Easy work. Right? And even if it's just energy, like people were saying, you ain't supposed to worship it. It's still something that's created. If I gave you $100 right now, you're going to thank me and not the $100. Us thanking and reverencing creation is equivalent to me thanking you or thanking the $100 bill for you giving it to me. That's how silly that looks. You try to explain it away in anthropomorphisms and the sun without the sun ray and I'm in the ray of the sun, and look, it don't matter because even though the sun represents solar energy, it's still a created thing, right? And it's equivalent to me giving you a big head Ben Franklin, a blue $100 bill, and you get on your knees and start slobbing and hissy fitting and saying thank you $100 bill, and I'm like, I'm the one that gave it to you. You see what I'm saying? So the worship of deities, energies, anthropomorphism, gods, lords, saviors, men, angel is equivalent to you thanking the $100 bill instead of the one that gave it to you. That's how goofy that is. And in this time and era, it's time for us just to level up. That's all it is. It's time for us to level up. Let me show y'all something else. Now watch this. They making the bold claim out here today, the ancient Chinese worship the same God of the Bible. Let's go.
An ancient proverb cautions us, when you drink water, do not forget its source. In a world with few superpowers, only one has existed from earliest recorded history. Though it has just been within the past century that China has emerged from its self-imposed isolation, this nation, possessing the fourth largest landmass of any country and more than 1.4 billion people, has quickly ascended to the heights of military and economic influence. Its cities, already the hubs of industry and commercial shipping, continue to raise their buildings higher and higher into the sky, as though they were trying to reach the heavens themselves. This is modern China, a reality that evokes many images. But the danger to any people is that they forget the significance of their past and thus lose themselves. Their history becomes a tourist attraction. Or an entertainment. Even religion loses its meaning when people forget its source. Within the capital city of Beijing, a short walk from China's most visited tourist attraction, the former imperial palace complex known as the Forbidden City, can be found the largest heaven-worshipping structure in the world. What was, for centuries, the most important place of religious activity in China. It is called Tiantan, known in English as the Altar of Heaven. Thousands of tourists from all over China and the...
And we just been talking about that. Reading about the old little Shangdi. Like the largest altar or temple dedicated to the God of heaven away is actually in China. That's crazy.
The rest of the world visit here every year to see its pagodas and to enjoy the park as a place of recreation. But few of its visitors ever come to know the truth behind this place of worship. and why that truth is so vital to every person in China. The center gate has been closed long enough. Join with us now as we uncover the mystery, the sacred meaning of China's altar of heaven.
The first religion of China. Let's work. Chinese New Year, LA.
Ask any Chinese person what the first religion of China was, and they will probably tell you.
There he is. Look at old Shangdi over there. There he is. Now, what is an idol, y'all? Anything that has form or figure that is worship. What are they doing? Huh? What are they doing? And don't forget, they saying that's Yahweh. Dang. He got an image. He's sitting on a throne. You can see him. They do sacrifices to him. So y'all, even just because it's monotheistic don't mean it's still not deity worship. It still can be deity worship, even though it's one God and not multiple gods. It can still be a deity.
You Taoism, or Buddhism, or Confucianism, or they may not even have an answer.
What do you understand to be the first religion of China?
First religion? I don't know.
Hey, boy, look, they don't even know. They're like, shit, that's a good question. We don't know what the original religion was of China. Well, you gonna find out today, Bobo. Y'all gonna find out today, you know what I mean, how Jaja had his faiths out here. You see, like, so the crazy part is you can ask somebody that descend from all that, what's the original, how they was originally getting down in Jaffa to China. They tell you they don't know. Come holler at the gang. We'll tell you exactly what it is. We're gonna read it for you. We're gonna read it for you. You dig? What the Han Dynasty and all them was really supposed to be on. Wait. But I find it funny. They don't even know. They don't even know. Let's keep listening so we can show you. Hold on.
We're not sure. Buddhism? I don't know.
She said Buddha.
Since the creation of the People's Republic of China in 1949 under Chairman Mao Zedong, the official ideology of mainland China has been communism, and a primary principle of communism is the belief that there is no God.
So, you know, I guess that's the, you know, the ideology for most of it, modern times when they formed the People's Republic of China. And that's crazy, 1949, huh? Just like the state of Israel, 1948, Balfour Declaration, 47. All that was going on during the same time. You mean to tell me like there wasn't no underhanded tactics going on? Wasn't no false gods pulling some strings somewhere? Because once you read about how China originally got down, you know what I mean? And then what you see today, when you talking about communism and atheism, it's like, nah, Jack, that was never what it was. Never. Watch this.
The businessmen come for profit, as well as missionaries come to heal, must say goodbye, as out the Yangtze steams the last of Western influence, and farewell to a century.
So religion today has become, for many, a worn-out superstition of the past. Unfortunately, this
Religion today, for many in China, has become a worn-out superstition of the past. Most of them are communists, well, atheists, should I say. There's nothing wrong with communal living. It's just what you know as communism today ain't what, the spiritual texts are talking about. They even thwarted and destroyed the understanding of communal living with this phrase communism today. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
This leaves a spiritual and psychological vacuum that people try to fill with poor substitutes.
People's lives often have a void, an emptiness. This empty space wants to be filled.
Yeah, when you detach from the creator, the source of all living, you naturally there's a void that naturally starts growing. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna get to the point to where your soul is feeling malnourished, your spirit's feeling malnourished. You ain't eating spiritually, you ain't drinking nothing spiritually, you ain't growing spiritually. You feel me? That's what atheism does to you. It destroys your spirit to where there's no type of nourishment at all. Watch this.
The way to find true satisfaction is to fill this space with the proper things. People often try to fill this void with material things, like money, in the hope that it will give them happiness. But this is wrong thinking. If there is spiritual belief, there will be an internal satisfaction, and this will give lasting happiness.
There's a spiritual belief, and there should be an eternal satisfaction. I like that.
We humans are more than animals. We have a spiritual component. We look for meaning and purpose that lies beyond ourselves. So how did the people of China try to fill that spiritual emptiness in the past? What was the first religion of China? Many believe it was Buddhism. The founder of Buddhism was Siddhartha Gautama, a royal prince of India in the 5th century BCE.
We got the story of the real Buddha in OSP. I got to tap in with OSP, man. I'm telling you. Wait till we about to read today about, the faithists and how they got down in China, man. And, as opposed to the Han dynasties and all that, man. I'm telling y'all really want to get down and get a different perspective on the world. You know what I mean? Because you may be somebody that studies the different, the different histories and the different divisions of the earth and all that. You missing OSP. Get you an OSP. I'm telling you. You start reading about this stuff, and then you'll start seeing that modern archaeology and things that they're discovering in modern times today was already written down. You know what I mean? Blow by blow. So I would say if these things places like East India, Asia period, dealing with China, Japan, Korea, you feel me? It don't even matter, y'all. Africa, Europe, the Americas, you feel me? If you want to get you a history that alternative to mainstream and all that, or just read up on something. You may not even believe it, but at least you're aware about it, man. Get you an OSP. I'm telling you. Stuff will blow your mind. You're like, what?
Who gave up his earthly position in order to find enlightenment. The legend tells us that he found a path through meditation that finally led him to completeness as he sat beneath a papal tree. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. Over the centuries, Buddhism spread from India to other countries throughout Asia, and eventually the entire world. But it did not enter China until the year 67 BC.
Yeah, deity worship. Look at all that. It's still deity worship. It may be some cold ass architecture and artwork, no doubt. Deity worship, though, man. You feel me? See, it's so important to understand. Once you understand that the Creator is ever present, once you understand everywhere at the same time, try to fathom it. Because we could never be ever present. What the Creator is something none of His creation could ever be. That's how you make a clear distinction. Nothing that he created could ever be ever present. Like everywhere at the same time. You feel me? And unseen. You dig? So anything out there, because they're all gods, lords, and savior, or gods and lords and lord gods that are true, that are part of the creator's kingdoms and programs and all that. You feel me? But they don't want you to worship them and praise them. They simply here to help you and assist you in raising up. You feel me? And leveling up and ascending so you could take their place and they can continue to ascend. It's like all of creation helps. You know what I mean? As you level up, you help those behind you level up. That's how it is. We all need each other. You see what I'm saying? So you don't pray and worship no God, no Lord, no Savior, none of that, because in the end, they just your brothers or your sisters. Maybe goddess, Lordess, you don't worship none of that. You feel me? You don't do nothing but you don't. Their job is to inspire you to be righteous, and them doing righteous works for you. You feel me? Their grade is raising up, and they get a chance to advance further. So you in turn do righteous work for others, so you can get a higher grade and advance quicker. You know what I mean? And continue to advance and progress. That's what it's all about. You help those beneath you. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this, dealing with the false gods and all that, they are worshiped. They are prayed to. Incense are burned to them. You know what I mean? There are rituals. There are rites. There are ceremonies. There's blood spilled. You see that? There's roasted flesh, burnt up bones, all that. All that goes into worshiping the deity. You know what I mean? And again, it's not the actual statue or the painting. It's the spirit that inspired the artist or the sculptor. And then the priest and handed the priest in spirit, in Sarges, through one of his oracle houses, handed him some rites and ceremonies. Then the priest started perfecting that and practicing that. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on. So this is deity worship. Make no mistake about it.
The timeline takes us back more than 2,000 years. But Buddhism did not originate in China. We must look further back in time to the 5th and 6th centuries BCE to find a prominent religion that had its origin in China. Taoism is a polytheistic religion that worships many gods. There are gods and goddesses of mercy, money, fertility, war, and a multiple.
So Taoism is older, is one of the older religions of China. It's polytheistic, and they got gods for every day of the week. They got more gods than you got draws, Negro. Watch this.
Multitude of other deities. This belief in many gods became accepted through the philosophical writings of Lao Tzu and his successor Zhuangzi. But the religion did not flourish until around the 1st century of the Common Era, when the teachings were codified.
So those same teachings were codified 500 years later, or canonized, just like the what you got dealing with the Catholic or the Roman Catholic papal bulls and all that, and the canonization of scripture. You feel me? Codified and canonized years later.
There was another historian and philosopher whose teachings became popular much earlier. Confucius was born in 551 BC.
There go Confucius. Okay.
To much of the Western world, Confucius is little more than the author of clever sayings that fit inside fortune cookies. But his wisdom and scholarly work are very important to us in our search for the first religion of China. He believed in humanism and ethical behavior, but he never intended to start a religion. In his work, he strove to breathe meaning into the rituals passed down from ancient times, the religion that already existed. Confucius compiled what we now know as the Chinese classics. 5 books which recount the earliest history of China, its emperors, its poetry and music, an understanding of the will of the God of the universe, and the moral basis for the royal regulations and religious ceremonies. The works of Confucius show us that the first religion of China goes back to the origin of Chinese civilization itself, all the way back to the Yellow Emperor Huangdi, who built an altar to the supreme god Shangdi around 2500 BCE,
Okay.
more than 4,500 years ago.
Okay, so now we got an emperor building an altar to Shangdi, who they claiming is the biblical Yahweh, over 4,000 years ago. Over 4,000 years ago. All right, watch this.
The Tiantan complex was built just 600 years ago, but it was built.
Yeah, this was built more in the this was built in Common Era time.
To reestablish the worship of Shangdi precisely as it was meant to be practiced. Millennia of disregard had corrupted the rituals,
Earlier altar of heaven,
the music, and the intent of the border sacrifices and other ceremonies. So the third emperor of the Ming dynasty, known as the Happiness Emperor, Yang, ordered the construction of the Forbidden City and the Temple of Heaven complex. He then commanded the restoration of the rituals. But how can we know that his scholars got it right? Fortunately, we have 3 ancient sources that confirm the accuracy. The first is the classics written by Confucius, as we have already discussed. The Shujing, Book of History, is filled with information about the worship. The second source is the lifetime work of China's greatest historian, Sima Qian. In 105 BCE, he took over his father's work of compiling an extensive history of China's past, including the religious practices. It was a lifetime undertaking, and he referenced many written texts that are no longer existing today. The third source is the oracle bones. These historic records are actually written on turtle shells.
the oracle bones. Okay, that's something Cal P talk about. When Cal come outside talking about some stuff you ain't never heard of, some oracle bones. Like, boy, what is it? And Cal done gave me something else to study now. You know, Cal come outside get to talk about some stuff you ain't never in your life heard of. Okay, now I got me something else to go look up and study. Ooh-wee. All right, hold on. Oh, good. All right, let's go. Oracle bones, turtle shells.
And were uncovered by archaeological digs in Henan province. These are among the earliest examples of Chinese script, written during the latter Shang dynasty, approximately 3,700 years ago. In the year 2000, the government of China concluded a 5-year project on the chronology of early Chinese history. Experts in 9 disciplines of scientific research concluded that the ancient written histories are indeed reliable.
The 1995 study had linguists who were experts at analyzing ancient Chinese writing. They also had physicists who did carbon-14 dating and verified the age of a lot of the materials that they were uncovering through archaeology. The China project was also able to verify the fact that Emperor Shun in 2200 BC offered sacrifice to Shangdi.
Oh, so Shangdi in 2200 BCE was being sacrificed to by the emperor. We just seen Shangdi. We seen him sitting on a throne. We see they say he's the highest deity. They offer sacrifices to him. And going all the way back to, you know what I mean, over 4,000 years ago, he's being sacrificed to. This is the cat they claiming is biblical God. The name of this video is Ancient Chinese Worship Same God of the Bible.
And this was verified by the astronomers because they showed that only an eyewitness could have known the astronomical events that were taking place and that were recorded in that very same history.
The first religion of China was monotheistic.
First religion of China was monotheistic. It can be monotheistic and still can be guilty of deity worship. Shangdi is not the creator. Shangdi is visible. You see Shangdi. Shangdi sits on the throne, so Shangdi is not ever present everywhere at the same time. So Shangdi ain't invisible or ever present. He ain't the creator there.
The people venerated their ancestors, and they believed in spirit beings as well. But all of these were subservient to Shangdi, the one supreme creator God of the heavens and earth.
Do y'all hear this? So Malaki is not making this up. All right. They claiming, according to them, he the supreme guy, and every other spirit underneath him are sub gods, subservient to him. This is according to China.
And all life. The long written history of China is trustworthy, and it proves that the first religion of China was not what we see today.
It's amazing that every god in China can be traced back to a point in time when that god began to be worshipped. Only one god in Chinese history doesn't have a beginning, and that's Shangdi. He always existed, he was always there, and the Chinese always worshipped him as the supreme god who controlled everything.
Dang, son. You heard it yourself, so if you understand, see, y'all already see I'm walking y'all right into this. If you understand that Shangdi, according to the most ancient Chinese worshipers, was the supreme most high deity. You dig? And that he was worshipped, he was sacrificed to, he was prayed to. You feel me? And that all the other gods are subservient to him. There's an altar to this cat built, and it's called the gate or the altar or the temple of heaven, the temple dedicated to the God of heaven and earth. If you understand all this, throw me a 7 up in the chat, man. This is crazy. Y'all heard what he just said? What did him just say? What did him just say? Look at this.
It's amazing that every god in China can be traced back to a point in time when that god began to be worshipped.
Every god in China can be traced back to a certain time when that god could be worshipped.
Only one god in
There's only one god in China.
Chinese history doesn't have a beginning, and that's Shangdi.
There's only one god in Chinese history that doesn't have a beginning, and that's Shangdi. Shangdi. Wow. Just like over in India, they say Brahma is the creator. Brahma was a man. We read it yesterday. Huh? They saying Shangdi is the creator. We just showed him in the image of a man sitting on the throne, receiving sacrifices and incense, and fat too. He overweight. Hold up.
He always existed, he was always there, and the Chinese always worshipped him as the supreme god who controlled everything.
And they worship him as the supreme god that controlled everything. With Shangdi, you don't add up.
The concept of one supreme God is not unique to China. It is found in cultures and religions around the globe.
Great spirit. Nice. Let's get into some of this, man. That's pretty cool right there. That's groovy. I feel all that. But let's get into some of this right here. I'm glad everybody getting some understanding in this deal. Everybody getting some understanding in this deal. Well, let's see. Let's see if Shangdi hold up to the creator. Is Shangdi the creator? Or is he a creation? Which one is it? Stick around, you'll be able to see. All right, we got sevens. We get some understanding. All right, well, look at this right here. This is the first book of God, OISP headshot. Chapter 1, verse 1. The creator of all creations, out of whom are all voices, out of whom all voices are, of whom all things are in semblance. From him and in him these utterances are, by his gods and lords and high-raised angels and mortals, and to whose dominion he gave the earth for the glory of Jehovah, whose God came and walked and talked with those who had been prepared for the deliverance of his chosen. For the four preserved divisions of the earth, he gave 4 sons of holy light and power for the voice of God and his lords. Poe of Japheth, China. That's what we're doing today. We're going to read about Poe. Abram of Arabia, that's Northeast Africa, Abraham. Brahma of Venu, India. And Iwata of Gautama, America, whose records are everlasting on the earth, which are testimony that these men were raised up by the Father for his own glory and for the deliverance of men, male and female. So y'all, this is 3953 BC, roughly 6,000 years ago. And all these men lived at the same time. Poe, Abram, Brahma, and Iwata. They all lived in 4 different separate divisions of the earth at the same time, born at the same time, never knew each other, but taught the same thing. You feel me? So you got the creator corners the planet and sends 4 holy sons of light to bear witness to his light. See that? So we're going to go into the first Chinese Bible. First book of God, chapter 2, OISP, body blow. Body blow. Let's read about Poe. We reading Shangdi. Let's see if Poe understanding when it come down to the creator versus the deities and all that, and how you supposed to rock. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. All right, now look at this right here. It says, these are the generations of the line of light from the time of Zarathustra. Shusa, Guan, Lu, Sam, Dijo, we, him, Gao, Si, Wing. So you see all these, Tucker Chin, all these Asian names. Come down low. Wing, He Win, Zaycon, Lamni, Muyao Tin, Lutz, Him, Maizi, Hong, Gi, Wan Gi, Zilu, succeeding one another. All the foregoing were seers and prophets. All those Tukachin, all these were prophets, seers and prophets of God, light, having a voice from their youth up, and were each in turn a shield and guardian to the chosen of God, or the faithists. So each one of these prophets who came before Poe come from a long line of these men right here. All these men were seers and prophets of God, or the all light, and they could hear, you know what I mean, the spirit realm from being a short leg on up. And in turn, they were a shield. They were protectors to those who were rocking with YAH'KI, their creator. Let's jump down. Jump down to like verse 11 or 12. Let's get into, we're going to talk about the Han dynasty too, right here, verse 11. It says, from the tribes of Fosim sprang Han, and from YAH'WH sprang Hai and Tiwingi, both of which tribes had the light and the voice. And all the north regions of Japheth dwelt in peace and happiness. It was a time when it was peaceful. You know what I mean? And God looked upon them and blessed them in all things. Nevertheless, it came to pass that the tribes of Han forgot the commandments of God, and Li Han, a mighty chieftain, rose up among them and reestablished the Osirian doctrines. That, and this is what it is, that physical knowledge should stand higher than the Mazdian law. So, in other words, physical knowledge over spiritual progression, basically. You know what I mean? But that was at a time when Osiris was sent to inspire man not to just be so caught up in spirit, but to come on, you can't forget or neglect the physical aspect either. But then after he put his thing down, man was just completely stuck on just physical, and not spiritual. That's why Cosmine is so important. The era we in now is called the Cosmine era, where you balance your spiritual with your physical understanding with your spiritual understanding. You know what I mean? You balance out, because in time past, you know, once you get some understanding, then you'll be all the way that way instead of balance. You can't forget, you can't have one without the other. Not where you at now. Not where you at now. All right, look at this, verse 15. Han usurped the central throne of Japheth, calling himself Han, king of the Sun, king of the sun. And so Han gave himself up to obtaining knowledge and to enforcing knowledge upon the people. Han issued the following decree: Han, king of the sun. Behold, there is one Sun, sun, and his sub-kingdom, satellites. There should be only one kingdom with satellites. Behold me, I am the Sun King. I will put away all other doctrines and learning. Let all the world bow down to me. Look at that. This is a man. This is a man. That's a boy, Damon. Han was asked, shall a man not worship the unseen? So, you know, word come out, because you got prophets in them out here like Tucker Chin in them. You dig? They fake this. So it's like, so the question come out to this cat claiming he the Sun King, that everybody supposed to bow down to him. Right? Shall a man not worship the unseen? Because the creator is unseen. You making your boast that you the creator, basically, but everybody can see you. This is what Han said. He answered, it is better to worship a stone which you can see. Really? Han said, do not worship in words, but in works. Do not worship in prayer, but in doing righteously. What is prayer but crying to one's own weakness? If there is an unseen light, he will do in his own way. What is the use of praying to him? Rites and ceremonies to him are the expression of folly. Rites and ceremonies to our forefathers are excusable. If their souls continue to exist, the rites and ceremonies may give them good pleasure. So Han abolished the worship of the creator. So Han abolished the worship of the all light and his gods and lords. God looked down from his holy hill in heaven, and he said, it is well. Let Han have dominion. Behold, Han enraptures the multitude with his new doctrines, forgetting that these doctrines were tried thousands of years before. What he doing ain't nothing new. What a false god and his servants doing ain't nothing new. Like, man, look, we've been through this before. Same soup warmed over. You know what I mean? Shout out to the elders. They used to say that. Same soup warmed over. These doctrines were tried thousands of years before. God prophesied through his prophet Z-Wingy, saying, hear me, O Han, and all you people of the whole world. I prophesy by the voice and light. I know my words are true words. By words, the soul is bent. By not praying to the unseen will be forgotten. By the abolition of rites and ceremonies to the gods will be forgotten. Man will rise up in self-conceit against his creator, saying, behold me, I am the highest of all things. My judgment is the greatest of all wisdom. And the tribes of men will aspire to establish opinions as fundamental doctrines. War and destruction will come upon the nation. See? Whenever you whenever you separate yourself from the source of all living, look, you ain't did nothing. Look, you cut your own light out. You feel me? So you got a prophet, of the creator prophesying. Like, look, let me let you know how this about to go, man. We done seen this before. You know what I mean? We done seen this before. This is the same rodeo, same toilet, same, just different day, same toilet, same thing, same soup warmed over. Look at this. Han would not heed the prophecy of God. Han established what was called the first Han dynasty. Look at that. And it spread over the land of Japheth from center to circumference. And because of the laws of Han, great persecution came against the Deities, the worshippers of the Creator. Han said, try them by the food they eat. And whoever refuses to eat fish or flesh shall suffer death. Y'all hear that? So y'all hear us today out here letting it be known, like, look, we ain't supposed to be chewing on animal meat. You know, it's a gang of our peoples that rocked out the way we rock, was put to death because they refused to eat the flesh and blood of anything that ever been alive. I'm gonna get mad at you because you stop eating flesh. There's more flesh for you to chew on. It's more loin meat for you to chew on. What you mad at me for? For what? So Han was like, look, I don't like these worshipers of the Creator. They don't eat flesh. So this is how we're going to prove that they down with the Creator. Try, make them eat fish and flesh, and whoever don't want to eat it, put them to death. And the favor of the court shall be denied to any man or woman who holds sacred the life of a cow, horse, dog, or any other animal on the face of the earth, or in the waters, or in the herb of the earth. So he's like, look, you don't even get no type of favor in court either. If you hold the life of any animal as precious. So the faith is the followers of the Zarathustrian law, were outlawed and were tortured and put to death on every hand. And the prophecy of YHWH'S came true. God said, behold, they have not only forgotten the Creator and denied his person in words, but in behavior also. For they no longer hold sacred anything he created alive, even man. Whew. So we see what China was going through. The Han Dynasty, with the establishment of the Han Dynasty, and how they thought that the commandments of the Creator were weak, that life wasn't sacred. You know what I mean? Start claiming he's the king of the sun. Put to death anybody that don't eat fish and flesh, and that's where we at. You see? So once you detach yourself from your Creator, all your morals go out the window. I mean, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? You don't believe in the Creator, so obviously you don't believe that life is sacred. You don't believe in the ever-present, unseen Creator, so obviously you about to make something sing. You already said it's better to worship a stone that you can see. Yeah. You about to be completely atheist, and you ain't gonna have no regard to anything that the Creator created alive. That's what's going on. That's the political powder keg Poe and him was birthed into. You see that? Y'all get some understanding. Go ahead and spin the vortex up in the chat. You know what I mean? Ooh, wee. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We in chapter 3. First book of God, chapter 3. OISP, headshot, body blow. All right. Chapter 3, we're going to start at verse 1. I'm glad everybody gets some understanding. Let's read. Because this whole earth is blanketed in deities, and in deity worship and with deities. This entire world. Can't get around it. It's deity worship everywhere. From YHWH'S, God raised up prophets for 7 generations. YHWH begot Dotzi, who begot Yin, who begot Hini, who begot Lan Siang, who begot Di Huchi, who begot Holan, who begot Po, who was an Isu in birth. So Po was born without any fleshly desires. When Po was still very young, the voice of God came to him saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers. Look at this. Eating neither fish nor flesh. And there's a reason for that. It ain't just because, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, every life is sacred, but understand it's a whole science behind not eating flesh. You feel me? And you start seeing that those that was dealing on higher levels, they didn't eat flesh because you can't vibrate at the right level to receive higher light code to transmission from the spirit realm, from the realm you can't see. You know what I mean? You clogged up with mucus and dead animal flesh. You see? So you'll start seeing the common theme with those that was on them levels. They wasn't eating flesh like you do today. You ready to go to White Castles and get you a double gas cheeseburger. Stop it. Stop it. Now, these bros was on it. And once you understand, especially when you get no wasp, it tell you that in the book of inspiration, whatever charges your blood, charges your spirit. So yeah, your diet has everything to do, the majority of things to do with your spiritual progression. And if you're able to receive certain things spiritually. Yeah, so it says right here, be steadfast. And this was told to him when he was young. Today, Chinese over there eating bat soup, All type of crazy stuff. Right? It says, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers. Be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers. Eat neither fish nor flesh. Your God will not only preserve you alive, but you shall gather together the scattered tribes of Zarathustrians, the faithists, and reestablish them in this great land. Look at this. In those days, many of the Zarathustrians or the faithists were celibates, and the king saw his people being reduced by war. So he made a law against celibacy, commanding all men to marry and all women to bring forth children or be put to death. Dang. Dang. Look at this. Verse 4. When Paul was grown up, God said to him, behold, you cannot fulfill the law, for you are Esau born. But I will fetch you a wife like you who is also barren. But you too shall be blessed with 3 children, and you shall call them Wanli, Togan, and Zelu. And it came to pass that a woman of Hongi with 3 adopted children escaped from the tyranny of Diwan, fleeing for the southern tribes of Hisi, Guao, and Yo, and Guangu. And Poe married her and named her a Toe Down G. A Toe Down G. Poe got a wife named a Toe. I ain't making that up. Kyle, how you say that, bro? That says a Toe Down G. Hold on, girl. Yeah, Poe got a wife named a Toe Down G. Dang, man. That's crazy. How you name your wife that, boy? And Poe married her and named her a Toe Down G. Poe was 20 years old. Poe was 20 years old when he married. And he went with his wife and 3 children to the country of Hingadi, which name signified brotherland, and he labored at scuffing flax and hemp. Verse 7. Now trip off this right here. Trip off this right here. Trip off this. And God came to Poe saying, what is the extent of your fidelity, your loyalty to the all highest light? Like, how far does your loyalty go? Poe said, I will obey him in all things. God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Because we got Israel saying, we got all of Israel saying they would. Everybody except for little oil of a lake. Everybody else said they would. Little Ben Levy said he wouldn't, but everybody else said, hell yeah, I killed my child. Dang. But what did Poe say? God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Poe said, this is Poe's answer. They are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? Why that ain't your judgment? Why is the judgment? Oh, hell yeah. Why is the judgment? Yeah, I sure would. Huh? Why is the judgment? Oh, most definitely. But when it comes to a real one, man, those children are the creators. How dare I sacrifice anything that which is not mine? God said, you are wise. You know the Ormazdian law, which is thou shalt not kill, y'all. Man or beast. Then Poe asked, who are you? Who is this that comes upon me silently, asking questions? God said, go and visit He Sing, the philosopher, and question him. All right, look at this. He Sing was governor of the South Province of Hingadi and was also a man of great learning. Poe came to him and questioned him, saying, what is this that asks us questions? Why do we question and answer ourselves all day long? Why are we having these conversations within ourselves? He Sing answered, are we not 2 selves? Do we not discourse within ourselves like 2 selves? Poe asked, which do you say is the superior self? That which questions within us forever, or that which is forever answering? The governor said, that which asks questions must be the superior self. Poe said, who is it? Governor said, it is nothing. It is something. Poe answered him, saying, it appears to me these 2 selves are 2 different persons. One belongs to the flesh, the other to the creator. Because this questioning self is the same one that sees and hears gods and angels. He said, what did you say? God and angels. Poe replied, God and angels. To which the governor took exception, saying, do you too defy the law? Poe said, what I see, I see. What I heard. Something external to ourselves made us and rules over us. The governor asked, have we not rid the world of superstition? Why do you deal with doctrines that were in the dark ages? I tell you, there are only two things in all the universe, the unseen firmament and the corporeal worlds that float within it. Their action and reaction on each other produce what we call life, which is only an evanescence that comes and goes, and there is the end. The laws are right. Han has done a good thing in abolishing the doctrines of the ancients. While they were still talking, look at this. While they were still talking, God sent a blaze of fire into a bush standing nearby. And a voice spoke out of the flame saying, who then do you say I am? For truly I am. The governor saw the light and saw that the bush was not burnt, and he also heard the voice. But God suffered him to be hard of heart. And he said, behold, you come to me, knowing I am a philosopher, and you cast your spell in the bush like a magician. I am master of 1,000 books, and am registered as a man of great learning. You have offended me. Poe said, why accuse me? For is it not as just for me to accuse you of casting the spell? I did not cast it. Again, God appeared and spoke, saying, do not accuse this my son Poe. You should labor with him. Behold, I give into your keeping the country of faith. For at this hour, Mugwan has died. The tribes of Gan shall be gathered together in Fe and Hingadi. He, seeing the governor, was astonished at the words of the light, and he sent a servant to ascertain that Mugwan was dead. And it turned out to be true, though the distance was a day's journey each way. Ooh, we in the chapter 4 next. In chapter 4 next, Poe over there cooking, boy. Poe over there cooking. Ooh, wee. All right, so let's go over to chapter 4 real quick. Ooh, wee. This stuff is crazy. Let's keep reading. He, seeing the governor, sent for Asin to come and investigate the nature of Poe. So when the three were together, God wrote in the sand the word Tien, and it was as if a flame of fire pierced the ground. Tien. You feel me? And that's crazy because Tien is still used in China to this very day. To this very, very day, Tien is still used. You know what I mean? Talking about God or the Most High. Tien. That is crazy. It did. Watch this right here. Bang. So it said right here, so when the three were together, God wrote in the sand the word Tien, and it was as if a flame of fire pierced the ground. Poe said, from now on, Tien shall be the name of the tribes who have faith in the Creator only, because he alone has written it. Now, we already read where Tien was something that was a concept of heaven, but some looked at Tien as a creator as well. And to this day, Tien is used. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Verse 3. Asin said, how can you distinguish between that which is written by the spirits of the dead and that which is written by the Creator? Answer. Poe said, light comes in light, darkness comes in darkness. He saying, asked, are you saying you can see the angels and the gods? Poe said, I see the angels, but the gods I cannot see. Angels are like ourselves. Y'all hear that? Angels are men. Angels are like ourselves, but the gods are like a flame of fire. Now, while they were thus discoursing, a light in the form of a triangle came and rested on Poe's head, and the word Tien was inscribed on the sides of the triangle. The governor said, what does this signify? And Poe, being under the influence of the light of God, said, call me Tien. I am the Father over all the living. I write, so this is the Creator speaking through Poe. I write in the sand and speak in the mouths of my seers and prophets. He whom you call Poe is my son, begotten for the deliverance of my chosen out of the bondage of Han and its sub-kingdoms, its satellites. You see that? Behold, my people are imprisoned and tortured, persecuted and abused, and you two have kingdoms taxed for the glory of Han in his unrighteous work. Provide yourselves with triangles also and espouse me, and I will deliver your kingdoms also. So the Creator is telling the philosopher and the governor, look, y'all need to choose me. You feel me? Choose up, right? He seeing and I seeing both desire some pretext to throw off the yoke of the Han dynasty, and now lent willing ears to the instruction of Po and the voice 10. Accordingly, the learned men of these provinces were called together to learn through Po about God and the mysteries of earth and heaven, and especially about the great monarchy. When these councils were assembled, God cast his light upon Po, and they all saw it. And the words Po spoke were called God's words, Vidior, and they learned the wisdom of God word by word, repeating them over and over until memorized, which was called learning by the mouth, as distinguished from learning by books and tablets. I heard that. You see? That's cold how they did that. And they learned the wisdom of God word by word, repeating them over and over until memorized. And that's called, y'all, learning by mouth, in distinction to learning by books and tablets. God said, great trials will come upon my people. The kings will seek to destroy the doctrines of the Lord your God. 10. For which reason you shall neither write nor engrave my words until I come in judgment of the world. So all this is orally transmitted. These then that follow are the sacred laws given through Po by God. 10. Verse 18. Seek to bring forth heirs. Seek to bring forth children that will be a glory to your Creator. 19. Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast. Don't marry just because you're horny, boy. You know what I mean? Don't marry just because, you think you got your knight in shining armor, sisters. Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast, animal nature of man, but consider your own spirit and the spirit of your spouse. Do not shut yourself up in celibacy, but multiply and adorn the earth. So, at that time, there is no reason for you to be celibate. You know what I mean? Ain't no need for none of that in these times and hours. Hey, maybe some loin warfare going on. You never know. Look at this. Your Creator provided milk for the infant, but with the coming of teeth, you shall provide for their service also. Feed him according to the Ormazdian law, or the Creator's law. To make him a warrior, give him fish and flesh. To make him patient and strong with docility. Remember the camel and the ox feeding on the herbs that grow on the earth. Those of 10 forswear the first and espouse the second, eating herbivorously. Eating herbivorously. Yeah, you eat them herbs, boy. 23. Niguan asks, was celibacy not the highest of all laws? Is it not so now? God said, there are times for all things. In the days of Zarathustra, celibacy was the first of laws. In those days, man was not ready for God's laws, yet you shall not call one law higher than the other. The fullness of earth knowledge requires marriage. The fullness of earth knowledge requires marriage. Yet the bondage after death holds the spirit of man for 6 generations to his own children. 20 years, y'all. 20 years. Generation is 33 years times 6 gets you like 198 years, 199 years. So some of us got children. You dig? Well, that's just what it is. You still responsible for them after you cross over. For 6 generations. Dang. By celibacy, a man's soul is not bound after death. By the love he bears his children to linger on or near the earth, and he may ascend quickly into paradise. So for anybody that don't got children, or don't have children, you actually get up out of here quicker than those of us who have. The man or woman who is weak, sickly, chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores, or with hidden sickness shall not marry. The man or woman who is weak, sickly, or chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores or with hidden sickness shall not marry, nor bring forth heirs, nor shall man take sorrow to his soul for this. For it is the testimony of the Father that his race is emancipated, free from the earth. You know what I mean? Like it's faster for you on the other side when you cross over. You should keep the Panic language sacred, nor shall these my holy words be given in any other language till my time is fulfilled on the earth. Your sons at the age of 11 years and daughters at the age of 9 years should begin to learn maxims. What is a maxim? Maxim is this: concise statements of basic truths, rules of conduct, ethical behavior, morals, doctrine, etc. Your sons at the age of 11 years and daughters at the age of 9 years should begin to learn maxims. At that same time, they shall be consecrated to the Creator and committed to his service. So it's a young thing, man. That's what I'm saying. We supposed to be getting the shorties together anyway. It really don't matter about these bullheaded grown folk. We supposed to be getting the short leggers together, man. Explaining Jah to them. You see that? And of the sixth law, this is made a part, namely, teachers in public shall be celibates. Children who decide that they will become teachers or priests or priestess shall take the vows of celibacy. For such persons are married to the Great Spirit. And they shall be like gods and goddesses, knowing no more love to one person than another. Remember that those who marry are chosen by the Creator to raise up offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. You know what I mean? You are married, that's just what it is. You know, we're supposed to be giving that to our children. Offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. And they shall dwell together in peace, love, and harmony. Stick a sock in it, Joffrey. The boys in love. I watched Coming to America last night. Boy, I was over here hollering. If you get some understanding, go ahead and give me a 4 up in the chat, man. Grace, love, and favor in the name of the Creator. You dig? Easy words. Let's keep reading. Yeah, Poe know better. Poe's like, I ain't sacrificing no children. I don't eat no fish, no flesh. You know what I mean? Celibacy really ain't the highest law because it's like, well, look, in this time we got to raise up heirs. But if you don't have any children, it's faster for you on the other side when you cross over because you're not responsible for any children, right? Those of us who have children, you're still responsible for them when you cross over. 6 generations. You know what I mean? We in the first book of God, OISP, Headshot, chapter 5. All right, let's get into this. Yeah, you do read that when they would sacrifice their children. Yeah, you're right, Imam. Chapter 5, first book of God, chapter 1. The wise shall rule over the foolish, but only to raise them up. You see that? Not the Lord over them. This is what the Creator was speaking through this man, Poe. You feel me? That was living that was in them areas of what you call Japheth, or China, 6,000 years ago. The worship of Jah in the earth, the Creator. Look at this. The wise shall rule over the foolish, but only to raise them up. The rich shall apportion their riches for the benefit of the city. The poor shall reverence the rich and take counsel from them. Behold, I have given many gifts to my people. The woman to give suck, the very strong man to carry burdens, the wise man to oversee the city, the learned man to explain the ancients, the prophet to hear my voice, the magician to hear the voice of angels, the physician to heal the sick. To every single one, I gave good gifts. You heard this? You should not covet another man's gifts, but be wise in discovering your own and using them for the benefit of the city. No need to covet any one of our gifts and talents. Look, you just as special. All we got to do is figure out what it is, bottle and bag it and sell it. That's it. You know what I mean? And we off to run it and using them for the benefit of the city. We ain't supposed to covet. Have a strong desire to want something that is another's. Must have for oneself. Right? Remember, y'all, you either a son or a daughter of Jah, the Creator, the ever-present, that's everywhere. You feel me? Like, understand how special and close we are. So it's all about discovering what you can do and bring to the table and trip off this. You just as special as the next brother that you over there coveting. Just special. Neither shall you covet another man's riches nor anything that is his. What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Facts. Behold, it is his matter whether he fulfills my commandments. It is his business. It is his responsibility. It is his affair. What do you say? What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Yeah, he watching them riches, boy. Day in and day out. You think it's freedom, it's straight bondage. Behold, it is his business whether he fulfills my commandments. According to every man's gift, so do I require of him. Yeah, so that's what's expected of you. You cold at doing that, then that's what's required of you. As to what he can do for the people of his city, it's all about what you're good at, the skill that you have. Is about the benefit of the tribe, the community, the gang. It ain't never for self. It's like, okay, yeah, I bring this to the table. I bring this to the table. And it's for the benefit of all of us. It's all about what you can do. Look at this. To the poor man, my exactions are lighter than a straw on a camel's back. For the ignorant man and for the very young child, I provided the wise and the rich as gods to raise them up. As they minister to them, so do I bless them for their labor. Look at this. What they do physically for the resurrection of those beneath them, so do I answer them in spirit in my resurrections in the heavens. See, so if we was really about this, we'd be focused on them children, man. What they do corporally for the resurrection of those beneath them, so do I answer them in spirit in my resurrections in the heavens. You should marry only once. Ouch. Well, I failed that one. Oh man, I failed that one, boy. Dang. Nah, boy. I don't measure up to that one right there. I failed verse 11, chapter 5, verse 11. Yeah, I failed that one. Dang, that's messed up. Yeah. That's crazy. You should marry only once. Neither shall you look after any other partner all the days of your life. Whew. That's crazy. That's crazy. I have utterly failed that one. Verse 12. That ain't funny, but it's just truth. I'm being solid with y'all. Verse 12. The husband shall be the master of the house, but when he is not present, the wife shall be master. 7 castes I have made for my chosen. The first are the prophets. The second, those who have the highest genealogy. The third, the rabbis and priests. The fourth, the nuns. The fifth, physicians. The sixth, the rich. And the seventh, the very poor. Each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me and are equally my children. You hear what y'all say, boy? Why you out here going and engaging in tribal warfare? And why you looking down on the next brother and sister because they ain't off economically or financially as you? Look how cold the creator is. He said, each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them, whether you poor, whether you rich, whether you a physician, whether you a nun, whether you a priest, whether you a rabbah, whether you come from noble stock, or whether you a prophet, each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me and are equally my children. Ball game. Ball game. Don't never let nobody have you feeling like you less than nothing or you ain't worthy to even call on your creator. You know what I mean? Like all the tribal warfare and the camp banging, you dig, and the racial tensions, y'all, all that is byproducts of the false gods. If you rock with the gang, we way past that. Like we ain't even looking at you based off what you look like. You know what I mean? It's all about your character. Either you solid or you ain't. And if you ain't, you know what I mean? You just gonna be fooled around her. That's it. You ain't gonna be around her long. But look, man, it take all that pressure off for you. Who's your father? Your father was, my father was Sicilian. Well, you know the Sicilians was niggas for real, even though they was kind of white, and you ain't gotta even go through all that. Like as if you got a choice on how or who your parents were or what race you was when you was born. Don't none of us got no choice in the matter. You ain't got no choice whether you was born Nova Scotian, whether you Polish or Swedish, Nigerian, Peruvian. Don't nobody got no choice on what sex they are born and what race they are. Anybody being divided up and conquered and judged based off that, y'all, you feel me, are down with the programs of the deities and the false gods. YAH'KI just said, hey, they all worthy before me and all are equally my children. So you can't even skip through her. Huh? Acting like, you know what I mean? Like what drop up out of you into the commode don't stink. No, Creator say they all are worthy before me and all are equally my children. So that don't matter your race, your sex, none of that matters. Look at this. You should not kill for food. You should not kill for food to eat anything that breathes the breath of life. Look at that. You should not kill for food to eat anything that breathes the breath of life. Yeah, man. Those on them high levels, those high spiritual levels, they wasn't eating no flesh. They wasn't chewing on loin meat. You want the upper loin or the lower loin? They wasn't doing none of that. Because they understood. You understand? Nah, you did your vibration. Your vibratory or your vibration, period, ain't even going to be vibrating to where you can even be in communication with the spirit. You chew on flesh and eat cheese. Like, what the hell? You all clogged up, right? You should not kill for food to eat anything that breathes the breath of life. You should love to search for your creator in all things on and in the earth. You hear that? In the waters and in the herb of the earth. So never feel wrong, bad because you're into cosmology. You study the heavens or cosmogony, or you into the zodiacs and all that. Just never worship the creation. Don't be tricked into deity worship. A star can be a god. Sun, moons, there's people that worship stars, worship moons, worship suns. So no matter what spiritual system you find yourself in, look, there's a deity somewhere. Watch out. Watch out. You know what I mean? Make sure you're not worshiping the deity. Only one worthy of worship or service or praise is the ever-present creator. Everything else is a creation. And you're not supposed to be worshiping it. All right? It's a commandment to love to search for your creator in all things. I'm liberating this day, man. I mean, you can go outside, cross your legs, sit Indian style, cross your legs in the park, sit up under a tree and breathe in. And you can search for your creator in that earth you breathing in that tree you sitting underneath. Look at that. And it said you're supposed to love to search for YAH'KI. Look at that. You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. That's a hard one right there, but that's what it is. How else you gonna raise him up? He already know he doing wrong. So let's say, all right, instead of, dropping the hammer, hey, look, man, you shouldn't have been doing this. Boy, you're ugly, you're short, you're broke, you ain't never gonna have no money, your breath stank, you ain't never gonna have no woman. Instead of, driving it or pouring salt in the open wound, how about you talk good to the bro? Say, hey, bro, I see what you out here doing, man. I see you just got you a new job, man. I see you out here, really helping people and all that, bro. Hey, keep that going. Despite what evil or what shortcomings he got going on, the fastest way to raise anybody up out of the darkness they in is to talk about the good they're doing. Not the bad. They already know they doing wrong. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We talking about we elevating, and that's just what it is. Challenge yourself to talk about the good your people are doing instead of the bad. And that go for me as well. I love to crack jokes, and Joan a little taste, but that's even for myself. Like, we got to learn to, hey, instead of speaking evil and running to the social media and telling everybody, how about you talk good about the person? Like, hey, man, I see what you're doing, man. Keep that up. Hey, sis, I see you. I see you out here. I see you trying. Keep that going. You feel me? That makes them feel better, and that makes them challenge themselves to do better. You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor. You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. You should keep the sacred days of your God and cause all your people to rejoice in the delightful creations of your creator. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with any of it? Cause all the people to rejoice in the delightful creations of your creator. Flat out. You shall obey the prophet of your God and be obedient to the father of the city. Next to these, you shall honor your father and your mother and pay reverence to your grandfather and grandmother. Remember that all men are alike in the house of your God. For even as death lays the high and the low alike, so is the standing of my people in the house I have built. For even as death lays the high and the low alike, boy, you hear me? So is the standing of my people in the house I have built. And these people are all, everyone is worthy, you dig, and equal in this sight. You shall respect the opinions of all men, for even you may be in error. Facts. Facts. Don't know it all. That's, you know what I mean? You don't never want to be a mealy mouth misfit that come around boasting that you know it all. You know what I mean? You may be in error. Don't even know it. You should speak only a little of yourself or anything that is yours. For all others have a history also. Yeah. Now, here you go running your mouth. And look at me and I. No? Someone that's really ascending and you know, tapping in. They don't speak much about themselves. Right? But okay, so now you know that. Look at all the spiritual gurus today. And these niggas getting paid. These cats is getting paid to be your spiritual guru. They only talk about themselves. That's it. It's all about you, yourself. You know what I mean? It really ain't about nobody else. It's about you and your brand and what you got going on. You feel me? But a true test of those that are ascending, they barely talk about themselves. Because your whole mission is to elevate those beneath you and bring them to where you at so you can keep advancing. That's going to be the testimony of it all, man. No matter what, how rich, how poor, how strong, how weak, the testimony of it all is what did you do for others while you was here? You know what I mean? And is the system and order that you set up, is it long lasting? Like, can they put that into action with their grandchildren and it still be something, you know what I mean, that they can get fruit up out of? Or is it something that just was, you know, real short and temporary? Look at this. You shall make yourself compatible to others in all righteousness. Dang, we getting understanding today. And y'all, this all the way over in China. You ain't heard nothing weak yet. You ain't heard nothing about worship Shangdi. You ain't heard nothing about like nothing. You ain't heard nothing about no type of evil or any of that the creator is sanctioning. You know what I mean? This is in the division of the earth known as Japheth of China. And in that division of the earth, there were well over 4,000 faithists. You dig? What is a faithist? Someone who has faith in the ever-present creator. What does ever-present mean? Everywhere at the same time? Mo, what's the form of this ever-present creator that's everywhere at the same time? Can you see it? Nope, sure can't. So the ever-present creator is everywhere at once and invisible. Any God you bring outside can't even measure up to that. None can. All right, first book of God, OISP, body blow. Poe goes into cities and governments. Okay, that's what we're about to deal with next. Easy work, man. Easy work of cities and governments. Everybody getting some understanding. Go ahead and spin that vortex up in this deal one more time, man. Spin that vortex if you're getting some understanding. I'm afraid of touching the watch because it's a judge to the spirit and mind, but it aligns us in truth. Sister Tabitha said some powerful words right there. You just like your daddy. Man, what is y'all talking about, man? Okay, big homie NehemiYAH in the building. What's the word, big homie? I'm gonna call you after I get off here. Chop it up a little taste. How we looking? We all good. Everybody, we got vortices spinning in this slab. All right, we all good. Robbie Dobson in the building. I see you, Prince Judah in the building. True Beauty for Ashes in the building. Sister Tabitha in the building. The creator is unstoppable. My sister Tikva is in the building. Aki Abiel, mayor of the West Side, in the building. YAH'KI in the building. Okay. I see y'all today, man. I see y'all. Let's get into these cities and governments. get into these cities and governments. You know what I mean? To reinstate the Zarathustrian laws. Zarathustra was one of the original prophets of the Creator. Y'all, like 9,000 years ago. Yeah, he was before Abraham and all them. Abraham and them was like 6,000 years ago. 3,000 years before them was Zarathustra. Not the Zoroaster or the Zoroastrianism everybody talk about today. It was a cat named Zarathustra. You know what I mean? And you talking about 9,000 years ago. So you talking what, like 7,000 BC? Up in there, 8,000 BC. You dig? And he, guess what? He taught the same thing that Abraham, Brahma, Poe, and Iwata taught 3,000 years after him. And Moses, Capelia, and Chinese, you did talk the same thing. Abram, Poe, and Iwata and Brahma taught 3,000 years later. You feel me? So every arc cycle, the Creator sends down beams of light. You feel me? Before the arc cycle kicks off, there's already masters of generations working together to inspire your great-great-grandparents to come together so you can be born to receive this light and speak it. They're called the masters of generations. They're spiritual geneticists. They're called the Louis. You feel me? So when you see Zarathustrian law, it's basically the law of the Creator. Saying that to say that. So to reinstate the Zarathustrian law, the largest city shall not exceed 2,000 souls. Dang. Dang. Yeah, think about every major city that we all from. It's way more than 2,000 people in my city. Way more. And the smallest shall be 10 families, unless they are celibates, in which case a city may be as small as 8 souls, having 1 rabbah or priest. The best, highest learned man who shall be a celibate shall be the priest and ruler of the city. And the sins of the people of the city shall be upon his head. But if it is a large city, he may choose 1 or as many as 6 priests to rule with him. In that case, the sins of the city shall be upon them. So the priests are the ones and overseeing and instructing the city. You know what I mean? Look at this. When a matter comes up, the priest shall call upon whom he will to speak on it. And when they have spoken, he shall decree by his highest light, and that shall be the law without repeal, except by himself. It shall be lawful for the governor, who is the chief priest prior to death, to repeal all his laws, so that his successor shall make new laws. For no man shall be bound after death by his own laws, because he cannot come back and repeal them. So the governor got the right before he died to take back all the laws that he already established. You know what I mean? So his successor can establish more laws or new laws that's progressive, you know what I mean, to the furthering of the kingdom. All right, verse 5. But regarding the laws a governor or chief priest makes while he rules over a city and over all persons whom he has ruled during his lifetime, he shall be responsible for them, both in this world and the next. Death does not release you from your responsibility of making things right, of dotting your I's and crossing your T's, of healing who you wounded. You think you die, and that's no. Who told you that? Who told you that? You just as more bound. For if a priest or governor makes a law of darkness, and his people live by that law, their souls will be in darkness in the next world through his fault. And he shall answer to them in the soul world for what he has done in this. All the leaders of the camps, congregations, I'm saying we eschew leadership over this way. No, I'm not trying to be bound by, I'm not trying to be responsible for nobody's decisions. Look at that. For if a priest or governor makes a law of darkness and his people live by that law, their souls will be in darkness in the next world through his fault. And he shall answer to them in the soul world for what he has done in this. In cases where the manufacture of copper or iron or other things requires more than 2,000 people, there shall be another city with 5 breadths of the first city between them. And the government of the second city shall be like the government of the first, but in no case shall there be more than 4 cities nearby in the same country. Dang, that's crazy. You shall neither hire nor be hired, either among yourselves or with the king's people. Neither shall you have servants or masters. For all shall be alike servants to the Creator only. See, no slaves. You looking for slaves once you get in your kingdom. You looking to put your slaves in the cotton field. You looking to put Edomites in the cotton field in the kingdom. You shall neither hire nor be hired, either among yourselves or with the king's people. Neither shall you have servants, slaves, nor masters. For all shall be alike servants to Creator only. Only. You thought your kingdom, you thought the righteous heavenly kingdom of the Creator was about bondage and slavery. That's deity. The deity had you bound when you cross over, worming on your belly, blowing your drawers out, praying like in Islam with your head to the floor, with your rectum perpendicular, blowing your drawers out. I know they be in there fighting when they Muslims be in there praying like that. I know them cats be in there fighting. And the top of the crown of your head is a centimeter from this cat rectum. Stop it, man. Look at this. Sinwa inquired, was it not taught in the Zarathustrian age to respect the caste of men according to the number of their servants? And whether according to their genealogy, they were born of parents who had risen above servitude for many generations. God said the old law was for the past. It was a good law to improve the breed of men for special trades and learning. And that law was fulfilled its purpose. And that law has fulfilled its purpose. The physician has found great cures. And he knows all the parts of the flesh and the blood. The miner knows the different kinds of stones, the metals in them, and how to extract them. The farmer knows grounds, their yield, and what they will best bring forth. The spinner and weaver have found the best of fibers for paper and cloth. And so by the Zarathustrian law of caste, it has come to pass that they have perfected these things in all departments sufficient for the requirement of man. For which reason you shall teach all things to all. For which reasons you shall teach all things to all. What you want to learn? And they shall work with their own hands at all industries, remembering that the highest, best, most perfect man is he who can do all things. Bag drop, boy. Yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong. We got to go ahead and put our youngins in trade school, man. Get a trade. Get several trades. Learn it. Master it. Perfect it. See? You ain't just developing your spirit, man. You developing your physical man as well. Because contrary to popular belief, you take your skills with you when you cross over. It's more building to do. It's more advancement in knowledge and understanding. Or according to the Bible, you just go blank and wake up and don't remember nothing. Nothing. What the hell was I righteous for then? Don't even remember. I'm righteous, but I can't remember what righteousness I did. Do that make sense? I was wicked, my nuts roasting forever, but I don't remember the wickedness I did. Remembering that the highest, best, most perfect man is he who can do all things. So don't just be a jack of all trades, be a master of all of them. Whatever you find yourself in, master it. Why not? Why be subpar? Jaja your father, right? All right? Creator's your father, right? Or your all parent, your father/mother, right? The highest, best, most perfect man is he who can do all things. John Lee inquired, since a man dies in a few years at most, why shall he strive to learn things that pertain to the earth? Excellent question. You die quick, right? Why should we even waste our time and go to, back in the day, ITT Tech and all that extra, right? Right? Why shall he strive to learn things that pertain to the earth? God said, all learning is like a gymnasium to the spirit. Knowledge is the strength of the soul. You see that? So learning is exercise. Learning is the gym that you go to work out your physical flesh. Learning is a gym that you go to work out your spirit. Learning is a gym. And you start learning things so you could work your spirit out, increase your spirit strength, your spirit man. Why? Because knowledge is the strength of the soul. That's cold. That's cold. That's how you answer somebody. Since we die all quick and stuff, why do I need to strive and learn things that pertain to the earth? Malaki. And I would answer, all learning is like a gym, boo-boo. Yeah. All learning is like a gem to the spirit. Knowledge is the strength of the soul. Shut that foolishness down real quick. Look at this, verse 13. You shall teach all things to your sons and daughters, perfecting them in the talents created with them. You shall teach all things to your sons and daughters. See that? And even if they ain't your sons and daughters, your nephews, you know what I mean? Any short legged that's willing to learn. You feel me? I was at the park yesterday doing pull-ups on the bar with my short leggers, and there was another short legger saw me doing it and jumped on the little bar and started trying to do pull-ups and then flex his muscles open. He did. And it was wild because his pops was right there. You know what I mean? I nodded his pops just to make sure, you know, it was all good. And then, you know what I mean? I flexed on him too, like, yeah, little joke, I see you. But he seen me working out. I get on my push-ups, my squats and all that. It's a bar right there, monkey bars, chin playing on. Give me a set of pull-ups, over and unders in, bang. And then do me about 5 sets right there. But I noticed a little joke. He couldn't have been no more than 5. You know what I mean? Because I had one of my sons out there that was 5. He saw me, what I'm doing, he started mimicking me. See? So we got to be more proactive with the short leggers, man, because that's what Jaja's kingdom is about. These bullheaded elders ain't gonna get it. It ain't really your job. Our job is to aim it at the shorties. They the ones that's gonna get this deal and blow it wide open. Their minds is moving at a faster rate than when we was young. They firing on all cylinders. You're like, dang, how you know that? Dang, how you know that? My 3-year-old son can lick his finger and grab the tablet and type in the pen real quick. Like, how he know how to do this? You feel me? So, y'all, we probably aiming at them shorties, man. Like, teach them. They receive it quicker anyway. You feel me? And look, we ain't gonna be mad. We gonna look up 10, 20 years from now and be straight. Got a whole tribe of highly advanced young gods and goddesses in training. See what I'm saying? So you should teach all things to your sons and daughters, perfecting them in the talents created with them. First, to useful labor. Second, to learning. Third, to music and art. And sculpture and painting. Fourth, to mining. And fifth, to perfectness. Wow. Now, what is perfectness? Seeking improvement of all talents and seek perfection in all things. Yeah. In other words, whatever you do, be the best at it. Or try to be your best. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field. You know what I mean? Like, this don't sound like no type of idolatry or none of that. And you shall intersperse labor and learning with recreation. Right? Gotta have you some fun, boy. And you shall intersperse labor and learning with recreation, not only in rites and ceremonies, but in harmless games. As in dancing. Some of y'all don't know how to cut a rug, boy. Maccabee do quite. Oh, don't get me started, boy. Get some music jamming. Oh, man. I'll be in that deal cutting a rug, baby. But in harmless games, as in dancing, racing, and playing. Nothing wrong with that. See, Josh, I'll let you kick it, man. Get outside, have some fun. You know what I mean? Stop being a stiff neck all your life. You know what I mean? Oh no, that's beneath me. I'm holy. Man, I still be wrestling with the little jokers. I be all in the grass wrestling with little jokers, getting them noogies, putting them in the headlock. What you say, little joker? Boxing with little jokers. Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep this thing going. It says not only in rites and ceremonies, but in harmless games, as in dancing, racing, and playing, and for the old as well as the young. Yeah, you old jokers ain't exempt. Yeah, man. Look at this, verse 15. It says, cultivating joyous hearts. Producing joyous hearts, for these are outspoken words of glory to the Great Spirit. Every governor, priest, and rabbah shall provide for a successor. They shall be chosen according to the light of the council of the All-Highest. Ooh-wee, 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 boy. Man, if y'all get some understanding, go ahead and throw a vortex up in the chat, man. We ain't playing last chapter of this. Reading about Poe. You know what I mean? And once again, y'all, the creator versus every makeshift deity and God around this deal. And when we talk about the creator, we ain't talking about little Shangdi. Shangdi is in form, is in figure, sits on the throne, is worshipped, is sacrificed to, has an image, has a backside because he's sitting. But we got Poe from 6,000 years ago who the creator raised up to bring that light. You feel me? As we see, he bringing that light. Everything from what to eat, on how he would never kill his children. You know what I mean? Because they belong to the creator. You feel me? Even down to governments and all that. And how you supposed to get down with the short legs. Look, none of this is idolatry. You know what I mean? So there was in every division of the earth, the worship of the Great Spirit has been present since the beginning, man. It's just false gods raise up and get them some devotees, and then they invade the oracle houses and inspire the priests and come with some famous names and change doctrines, and there it is. There it is. What you got is a quagmire, a mess, a whole pot of gumbo in this deal, man. You dig? We get an understanding. Learning is like a gym, baby. Gemini gang. Yeah, man. Learning is a gym. Work your spirit out, boy. Work your spirit out, boy. Oh, man. All right, chapter 7 about this ancient brethren named Poe, man. He became converted to the doctrines of Poe as taught by God, who was called Tien in those days in that country. Tien. They still call God Tien today. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, how is this stuff even known? Like, how the hell does he know this? You dig? What the hell is going on? What the hell is really going on? What is really, really going on around these parts, man? Let me get back to it. Let me look something up. All right. It says right here, called Tien in those days. Asen and Hising and Zigo entered into compact to throw off the dominion of Han. And remember, that's the Han dynasty, y'all. And so notified him. Han immediately declared war against them, and he pursued them cruelly, laying waste a great country. Poe and his followers were thus driven toward the south, and on their way, they gathered up the faithful of the tribes of HICKMAN. So remember, whenever war come against us, y'all, it's time for us to go. We don't stand there and fight. It's time to go. And look what Poe did. They got up out of there. And as they're moving, because they're being chased through persecution, they're adding more to the ranks. Now it came to pass that Han's success in war was so great that he did not concentrate his armies, but caused them to scatter in different directions. And behold, he went so far that the barbarians fell upon his armies and destroyed them. And Han himself perished by the blow of a barbarian woman. Ooh, wait. He was spread eagle. He was spread thin. Running up and falling on your own blade, man. In the 4th year of Poe's inspiration, he returned and possessed the countries of Fe, Hingadi, and Silov. And he reinstated Asen and Hising as governors. Verse 6. Look at this. Hising called a council of 13 kingdoms of Japheth. And after 70 days of deliberation, Hising, remember he was a governor, was made ruler over China or Japheth, receiving the title King of the Sun. Look at this. And this king in China, 6,000 years ago, you feel me, who ended up becoming emperor after the Han dynasty. Look what he does. He becomes king. He receives the title of the King of the Sun, and he established the doctrines of Poe by law, changing the name of all light to Tien, signifying God. And he stopped all persecution against the faithists, and he prohibited idol worship. And Poe traveled east and west, north and south, teaching and displaying miraculous things. Dang. And God was with him at all times and places. And wherever Poe went, he gathered together the chosen, explaining and practicing the commandments of God, Tien. and man ceased to worship all idols, gods and saviors, worshiping who? The creator only. Ball game, boy. Ball game, boy. Ooh, wee, ooh, wee, ooh, wee, ooh, wee. Ball game, boy. Yeah. Him downstairs. Him downstairs. Play some more of this.
Most Native American tribes believe in one creator God. The Cherokee refer to him as the maker of all things, and Kalvivtiahi, meaning the one who lives above. He is called by many names, but to most Native Americans, he is the Great Spirit, or Great Mystery. To the indigenous Himba people of Namibia in
When you say he's the Great Spirit, but the Great Spirit, y'all, is everywhere at the same time. Right? It's not, Great Spirit ain't in the form and image and figure of a man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? See, because people can get confused. Oh, they worship the Great Spirit too. Hold on. Don't forget, that's talking about Shangdi. That's talking about little Shangdi. That's what that's talking about. All right. Wait. All right. That's what that's talking about. So you see how they try to make the comparison. Nah. We ain't finna let that. You can't let that slide. Look at it. Question. Who is the creator? Who is Jehovah? Answer. The Great Spirit. That's what that video just said, right? They worship the Great Spirit. Well, who is creator? The Great Spirit, he who is over all and within all. The strong and invisible. The potent and unseen. It is he whose ever presence quickens into life all that live. Where is the creator? Everywhere. Nor is there a place without him. What is his form? Answer. No man can attain to know his form. What is his extent? No man can attain to know his extent. Is he a person? Answer. Inasmuch as all the living are persons, so is he the all person of all things. Inasmuch as his ever presence quickened into life all that live, so is his ever presence with the living. You see that? Seeing, hearing, and feeling every word and act of all men, women, and children on earth and in heaven. Ball game. Bag drop, boy. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? If you're God, it can be seen and he ain't ever present, well, that ain't the creator then. What is you talking about? If he can be seen, it ain't the creator. So even if you're saying Shangdi, the supreme deity in the Chinese philosophy, is equivalent to the Yahweh of the Bible, they both have form and figure, and neither one of them are ever present. So guess what? That means neither one is the creator of all creation. 1 + 1 is 2, player. What is an idol? Answer. Anything having form and figure that is worship. Question. Who is God? A spirit with a heavenly throne. A spirit with a heavenly throne. Believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Familiar spirits often call themselves God and taught mortals also. Dang, what the hell is going on? What is going on here? What is really going on here? Let's go see if we got a little Shangdi, Chinese god, sitting on a throne. Easy work. Images. There is him downstairs. Is he sitting on a throne? Well, it's Shangdi right there. He looked like the dude, if y'all ever seen Marco Polo. he looked like old Khan, Genghis Khan grandson. Now keep that in mind. Remember this picture right here. Remember these pictures. Remember this picture right here as I read this. Him downstairs, who is a god. Now, what is an idol? Anything having form and figure that is worship. Shangdi has a form and figure, and Shangdi is worship. He's up on the screen. Who is God? A spirit with a heavenly throne. Is Shangdi on the throne? A spirit with a heavenly throne, believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Familiar spirits often call themselves God and taught mortals to call them that also, who are saviors. Who are saviors. So a familiar spirit got you convinced and believing that that's the creator. A God sitting on a throne. Who are saviors. Look at that as I read this. Familiar spirits who have kingdoms in the atmosphere, which by the ancients was called the lower heaven. Saviors are tyrants who make slaves of other spirits who believe in them. Their slaves are sent back to mortals as guardian angels or familiars in order to make captives, slaves of mortals after death to augment or add the Savior's kingdoms in atmosphere. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Read this. How can a man escape the toils of false lords, gods, saviors, and familiars? Answer. He shall covenant with the Creator every day of his life and serve him by doing good works to others with all his wisdom and strength. Nor shall he call in prayer on the name of a savior or God or any other spirit, but pray to the great spirit only. Heard that? And if he does this and eschews contention, war, leadership, earthly gain, and earthly aggrandizement, the Ethereal angels will come and guard him in the name of the Creator. You hear this? You know? Where is the Creator? Everywhere. Nor is there a place without him. What is his form? No man can attain to know his form. Well, you know the form of Shangdi right there, right? The Shangdi. Hold on. Well, since Shangdi they're trying to say is biblical God, well, let's see. Let's see. Biblical God sits on the throne and has form and figure and is worshipped. Correct? Book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. The Ancient of Days reigns. Ancient of Days is supposed to be the creator. Supposedly. Don't spill your coffee now. Don't spill your cup of joe. Look at this. This is Daniel. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. And the Ancient of Days, another name for the Most High, y'all. Ancient of Days mean older than time. And Daniel was saying he saw the Creator, who he called the Creator, Ancient of Days, sit on a throne. And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment, so he not only does he sit down, not only does the Ancient of Days, who he's calling the Ancient of Days, has a rectum, has a hind part. Now remember, the Creator is invisible everywhere at the same time. But the Ancient of Days is not if he's seen by Daniel and sitting on a chair in the spirit realm. And we just read what is a God. A spirit with a throne in heaven believed by people in darkness to be the Creator. What is this? And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair, him got hair, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne, because he's sitting, he has a hind part. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set and the books were open. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. Verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days. So the Ancient of Days is supposed to be the Most High, who has hair, woolly hair, who has a garment, who's sitting on a throne, and it's thousands and thousands serving him and ministering before him. Now there's a Son of Man brought before who we call the Most High, the Ancient of Days. And I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. But the point being is that Daniel saw the Ancient of Days, like Isaiah saw the Lord sitting on a throne. And Daniel not only saw the Ancient of Days, he saw the Son of Man who was brought before the Ancient of Days and promised what? A kingdom. The Creator is everywhere. You can't see this. So if they saw the Creator and the Creator is worshiped, and we just showed where this Son of Man is going to be worshipped. That Daniel saw, right? That all people, nations, and languages should what? Serve him. What is serve? What is serve? I'm doing this on the fly. What is we even talking about? Outline of biblical uses. That all nations, kindred, and people should what? Serve him. Worship. There it is. Worship. So, but remember, if you can see it and it's worship, what is it? Is it true or false? It's false. False. I'm in with the book of judgment. I'm in with the book of judgment so we can get some understanding. We ain't making none of this stuff up, man. None of it is being made up. All right. Watch this. Go to the book of judgment. Sitting on a throne. Yeah. See, what people don't like is the clarity that's coming out. This stuff clear. Yeah, ain't nothing to argue about. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And people get mad. They spill their coffee and all that. What you mean? It makes sense. What you mean? If you don't like it, don't listen to it. You ain't gonna lose no sleep over none of that. It's the book of judgment, OSP, headshot. Last verse. Book of OSP, chapter 20. Chapter 20. God declares a day of judgment, and he also bequeaths liberty to all men. All right, I'm gonna jump on down to a couple, like verse 15. I'm starting at verse 15. How we looking, fam? Good. Looking groovy, baby. Looking groovy, baby. Y'all tap on in, man. Your head ain't gonna start spinning around like poltergeist or nothing because you start reading OSP. OSP is a great read. A lot of understanding, man. Connects the dots, is a great decoder. I think you like it. You know what I mean? Easy work. Just know the character of your creator. You're going to need that going forward. Book of Judgment, chapter 20, verse 15. Yet because of such worship, this you shall also prove, that whoever of the ancients was great, whatever of the ancients were great, or whatever God was well known, that you set your soul on the love. Behold, familiar spirits will come to you to deceive you, professing to be that ancient or that God. We already know the familiar spirits are either your ancestors who have not been dead long, or other spirits who have not risen above the earth's atmosphere, bound. So whatever God you calling on, Allah, Jeebus, you know what I mean, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, you know what I mean, Allahu Akbar, whatever you talking about, knows what it says. Familiar spirits will come to you to deceive you, professing to be that ancient or that God. And if you believe them, then this too you should prove. When you are dead and your soul risen from the dead, behold, some deceiving spirit will come to you to use you. So we telling you, watch out. Shit, you go to St. Louis, stay out the JVL. Right? Even if you didn't believe me, at least that's in your word. Now, Mally said, stay out the JVL when you go to St. Louis. You ain't got no business in the JVL at all. Stay out of there. All right? So it's the same thing with this. It's deceiving spirit. Some deceiving spirit gonna deceive you, man. When you had died and your soul is risen from the dead because you were so devoted to the false God, the false deity, you will be deceived after death. Behold, some deceiving spirit will come to you to use you, nor shall you discover for a long season that you have been the dupe and slave of an unscrupulous master. For this day in the lower heavens, there are millions of false Brahmas, millions of false Buddhas, millions of false Christs, and millions of false Gabriel gods, aka Allah. Millions. What you think it's just gonna be a cakewalk soon as you die? You ain't even made a separation between the creator and the gods yet. You ain't made a separation between the creator and El yet. Or Adonai, Lord. You ain't even made a separation yet. Dude, you're gonna be very much deceived. Why is millions of these false niggas floating in the lower heavens? And you don't know nothing about nothing. All you know is you going to heaven with Jeebus. Or the New Jerusalem coming down earth. That's all you know. Look at this. Verse 18. Whoever binds himself to these names while on earth becomes a fit subject for drudges, demons to fall upon when he enters heaven. Do not think that great wisdom comes suddenly by dying. You ain't finna just be advanced in understanding and learning. As soon as you die, you need to be getting what you understand now. Listen to what the gang talking about. Creator gang out here putting y'all on game about the spirit world, about the creator and what ain't the creator and who ain't the creator and all that. In your early entrance into the S world, the spirit world, you shall be easily deceived. Easily. Why wouldn't you be? You calling on false gods while you breathing. What make you think you just finna elevate and, arrive at certain levels of wisdom as soon as you die and you a devoted disciple to the deity? What make you think that? Look at this, verse 20. For which reason you should school yourself every day of your life, that your creator only is your God. Since we using the title God, right? Well, only your creator is your God. And you will never see him as you see a man or an angel. But that you can see him every day in the glory of his works. That's how you see the creator in his creation. But you never see the creator as a man or an angel. Who showed Moses his hindquarters was not the creator. Who was walking through the garden in the cool of the day is not the creator. Who was in the burning bush talking to Moses is not the creator. The angels just said, come, let us go down and see if these things be true so we can confound their languages. Not the creator, not ever present. You know what I mean? Let us make man in our image. It's not the creator. That's plural. Those are deities, Elohims. You understand? It's not the creator if you can see it, and it's not everywhere at one time. So school yourself every day. Only my creator is my God, and I will never see him as I see a man, angel, or a woman. With this faith in your soul, you shall die and enter heaven fearlessly. Shout out to the gang, man. See, you getting put on game so you can cross over fearlessly. You ain't got to cross over with your knees knocking like a naked newborn. Nah. You can go fearlessly now. With this faith in your soul, you should die and enter heaven fearlessly. And when a pretended God or Savior comes to you asking tribute, service, servitude, you should know in truth that he is false. That he's false. Why? Because you can see him. You can see him. You can see, if you can see your God or your other creator, well, that means the creator is not ever present. If you can see him and he's sitting somewhere, if you can see him and he ain't everywhere at the same time, right? The creator is everywhere at the same time and invisible. Wrap your head around it. There's nothing else that describes that. The closest you can get to that is earth. What you breathing. That's the closest you can get to that understanding. You understand? So look. If it ain't everywhere at the same time and invisible, it ain't the creator. Simple. That way, when you cross over, you can go fearlessly now. So whatever angel or whatever run up on you, bow, boy, you stand before your God. And it don't matter if he stepped, it don't matter if he looked like he stepped out the fourth dimension. Afro perfectly round and gray. Garment looking like P-Funk Funkadelics. Voice of many waters. If I can see him downstairs, then he ain't invisible. And he ain't ever present, meaning everywhere at one time. Him downstairs. Well, then he false. Easy work. That means he's false. You know what I mean? That's it. You got to be, in order to be the creator, you got to be ever present and invisible. You got to be everywhere at the same time and invisible. If it ain't that, it ain't the creator. That's it. That's it. Especially if it got form and figure and it's worship. Oh my God, that's a false God. That's an idol. So now you know. So you can put your own game. Hey man, watch out. You go to St. Louis, stay after JPL. You know what I mean? When you cross over, hey, watch out for an angel trying to get you to bow down to it. How you gonna know? What if they come glorious, splendid, looking like everything you never thought? You understand? No, man. If you can see it, if you can see it, you dig? Well, it ain't the creator. It ain't ever present. If it ain't ever present and it ain't invisible, then it ain't the creator. That's simple for any. My children can understand it. Now, therefore, when you judge yourself to determine the balance of your good and evil deeds and your good and evil thoughts, let your creator stand as the light of your soul. And through him, judge yourself. But not as to your worship, but as to your works. Neither shall you judge yourself by any God, Lord, Savior, or any other idol, nor by any man or woman. For you yourself stand second to the creator in your attributes. Hear that? Judge yourself based off no God, Lord, Savior, man, or woman. Look, that's your business with your job. It is your responsibility to make a God of yourself in your behavior and in your words and deeds. Not worship, y'all. Neither should you judge yourself by any sacred book or any Bible in the entire world. That means even a wasp. Nor by the words within them purporting to be my words or the words of any God, Lord, or Savior. For I have abolished all such sacred books and Bibles and words and sayings contained in them, purporting to be my words and the words of any God, Lord, or Savior. Neither should you bind yourself by them, nor judge yourself by anything that is written or printed in them. But behold, I declare to you a greater glory and judge in their place, which is Jah, your creator. Yeah. By him and through him, you should judge and be judged. Books are imperfect, but the creator never. You hear that? You don't worship books around here. That's the problem. Most Israelites worship a book. Most Muslims worship a book. Christians too. We got enough sense to know when we read something that's against the creator, we don't even deal with it. You know what I mean? You got to question that. They don't even sound right. Neither shall you from this time forward swear by any book under the sun, nor by any God, Lord, Savior, Spirit, idol, or image. But you should swear by E, your creator. Huh? You should covenant. This is how you swear to the creator. You should covenant yourself to the creator only. And you should do this in your own way only. And not according to any book, Bible, priest, church, or spirit. Yeah. You just learn you second to the creator in your attributes. Go holler at your father, man. Go holler at your all parent. That's pops. Go holler at your father/mother's pops, man. That's liberating to know you don't need no book, no priest, no church, none of that. You feel me? All you need to do is open up your mouth. Behold, the former times are passed away. And your God sets aside the bondages of the former times also. They were sufficient for the times they were created. Today a man should not be bound like a child, nor shall a man's judgment be bound by the things that were intended for man before he attained judgment. Like you done progress past a lot of that. Here you go. You scared to take a bath without your zeets. You scared to go to the mailbox without your fringes on. Today a man should not be bound like a child, nor shall a man's judgment be bound by the things that were intended for man before he attained judgment. Have you not observed the signs of the times? What I give here in words, the creator manifests over all the length and breadth of the world. None can stop the hand of Jah or negate the words of your God. Boy, ball game, baby. Ball game, baby. Man, oh man. Man, if y'all got some understanding today, man, go ahead and throw a 9 up in the chat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Throw a 9 up in the chat if y'all got some understanding today, man. We try to put it out there so it can make sense to everybody. You dig? Put it right there where you can get it to where it makes sense. You feel me? And then you can pass it off to the next one. The next man, woman, and child. We got understanding. We got understanding in the building, baby. Understanding. And guess what? That means we handled our business today, man. That means we handled our business today. You feel me? That's what's up. A higher light homeschool. That's what's up. You dig? All praises to the ever-present creator. The all in all, it always was, is, and never shall be. Y'all tap on in. Y'all just put the link in the chat. Anybody want to jump on for a quick second? I got a good 15, 20 minutes to chop it up with y'all. You dig? And it's time to get on the back up out of here. But you know I want to come on and chop it up, man. What my brother Cosmo Cal say, he say, dang, it feel good to be there. It do, bro. Sure do, man. All praise to the ever-present, y'all. That's all it is. And as long as it makes sense, it ain't about nothing else. It ain't about nothing else but making sense. And then you can practically apply it now. You can be like, oh, no, that's a deity, man. No, I'm not about to. I'm about being involved in that. No, I'm good. That's a deity. You know what I mean? Is it ever present? What does that mean, Malaki? Is it everywhere at one time? Is it everywhere at one time? Huh? Is it invisible? It ain't the creator then. My brother Prince in the building. Jah boy, bless up, King. Talk to me.
Man, all praise to the ever-present great spirit for that gamma force light you dropping on these niggas, man. All the way to China, they can see the light from where you at in St. Louis, bro.
Man,
excellent work.
All praise, bro. It's an honor. It's an honor to be able to, you know what I mean, get on here and chop it up with the fam, bro.
Man, I love it, man. I love how Poe was in there chopping Negroes up. You know, easy work in the faithfulness, man. Go ahead, bro. It's just too much light, man, and it's so simple to me to understand reading through YAH'KI and following you and Cal P, Cosmo Cal, and Selah, you know, Daryl Cosmo Brown, everybody in the game, you know what I'm saying? It's easy when you understand reading YAH'KI that the creator is he's the most simply understood of all things. He's not complicated. These false gods and deities are complex in their nature. Creator not, you know what I'm saying? He said, don't kill nothing. So if your God is telling you to go out there and slaughter a lamb, slaughter a bullock and take his entrails out and put it on the altar and do this and that. Man, that's bloody deity. That's a false god. Simple. You know what I mean?
Hey, it makes sense, don't it? It's really easy to understand, bro.
Makes sense, bro. Crystal clear says, man, we having fun out here in the FGK, knocking these false gods every which way. You did.
gang in this deal, man. And look, we put it out there to where a 5-year-old can understand it. And a lot of people reach out and say, I see it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You feel me? Because none of the deities are invisible. And none of the deities are everywhere at the same time. So that means no matter what you niggas is out here worshiping, if I can see them, you dig? And if it ain't everywhere at one time, then it ain't the creator, bro. Only the creator feels those attributes right there. We would never be ever present. No matter how highly trained we become after we cross over, we would never be ever present nor invisible.
At all. You feel me? So that's easy, man. It's easy. And I'm glad that you bringing it out before we cross over there, nigga. Yeah. When we went over there, nigga, all them millions of gods trying to show up like they Allah or Yeshua or whoever. Yeah. Man, we know we can see you, homie. We see you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you a transvestite, Krishna.
Hey, right. Krishna, Krishna and Mohini. Mohini.
Oh man.
Mama say, and if he has a butt and is sitting somewhere. Yeah, man. Like, come on, man.
Yes, sir.
We start seeing that though when we go into the Bible. We go into Isaiah, we go into Daniel, we go into the Moses, and you start like, well, hold on, they all seeing somebody. You know what I mean? Like, especially with Moses. Moses saw the hindquarters, the hind parts of the Lord. When he put him in the cleft of the rock. So you can't look at my face, but you can look at my hind parts. My hind parts.
That sounds suspect to me, bro. I don't want to see your hind parts, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me face to face if you my God, my nigga. I don't want to see your ass.
Not trying to see your ass exposed with the hospital gown.
Man, come on, man.
No. You feel me? So then
Krishna gonna show up in a blue wig.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, man, the whole thing behind any of it, bro, is like I say, it's real simple. The creator's everywhere and at the same time and invisible. You only can see him through the methodology or his works. So if you keep your mind focused on that and that you will never see the creator as you see a man, woman, child, angel, now you prepared even when you go to sleep and dream. Or even when you cross over and really die, you're ready now. You already know, like, nah, I'm not falling for that one. I'm good.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because anything that feels so good to be free from that worship is a false god, aka an idol. Point blank in the story. You know what I mean? Well, no, ain't no image to my God. Does he have an ass? Brother, now you're going off. Is your God sitting on a throne? Yes, that means he has a form and a figure. Now, my next question is, do you worship the God that sits on the throne? I sure do. That's a deity. Because you can see it, right? And if it's on the throne, sitting in space somewhere, it ain't everywhere at the same time. So you can see it, and it's local. So it ain't invisible, and it ain't ever present. That's a deity. You worship it. And you worship it.
Man, that deity you was worshiping and praising was sitting on the toilet squatting just like you in mortality at one point.
Exactly.
Whether male or female, they had to wipe their hind parts.
Oh man, that means if he got a hind part, that means he blew his drawers out before. That means he done farted.
Man, come on, man.
I mean, let's be real.
That's why I say being man. Man, I seen one person put in the chat that they was happy to be basically in this, understanding this higher light. But you know, I think we all at that level now. It's like, man, if I would have known this, I would be hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much confusion. You talked about 200 different gods of China. You know what I'm saying? In the Hindu faith, it was like, what? Way more.
Million.
Yeah, 330 million or 1,000. I thought I wrote 1,000. Wow. Man, we ain't got no time to play with you. Nah, man, you million mouth Negroes, man. It's over for y'all niggas, man.
Yeah, FGK. That's what it is. No God or deity is safe out here with us.
Hell no.
One. We got our beloved brother Cosmo and Cal in the building. Jehovah Chronicles in the bed to talk to us, big homie.
Oh man, another fire bill, bro. This and see a lot. This open up Pandora's box. You dig what I'm talking about? Because once you get past all the Persian gods, all the Indian, there's still some left. Once you didn't get past all African spirituality, it's still something left. You dig what I'm talking about? And boy, when you open up that box in China, old ancient Japheth, it's something different. Yeah. But the crazy part is they owe this idea of what a god or a creator is called Tien.
Yeah, I know. I say
you dig what I'm talking about? You get Shangdi 2200. About the same time you get Anuhasaj going to hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm talking about? But this the most important part, and I don't think most people even caught it.
Okay.
I don't even think most people even caught it. In the story of Poe, his God come to him and say, what's the most, righteous thing a man could do? He said, follow his God. He said, okay, if that's so, well then would you sacrifice your 3 children? The nigga said, hell no. Is you crazy?
Yeah.
They not mine to even think about sacrificing. Boom, right there. And then the God told him, he said, you are wise, you know the higher law.
Yeah.
People didn't understand that a God in their story came to Abraham and he wanted him to kill his child.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm talking about? He actually wanted him to test it. The God was just asking, bro, what would you do? If your God came back to you and said, sacrifice a child, what would you do? He said, no, I wouldn't do it. They ain't mine to sacrifice.
Right.
Now, in the story, Abram never even, in the story in the Bible, Abram never even thinks about it. The God told him, sacrifice your child. Abram said, okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we'll kill this little nigga tomorrow. You dig what I'm talking about? We'll kill a little nigga tomorrow.
He knew the whole time in the Bible that he was about to go cut Isaac down.
Right.
And Waspi, he didn't know until the God said it to him, and he was like, huh? Y'all got me messed up.
Yeah,
God, I've been commanded by you not to kill.
Period. Same thing Poe said. Same response, because they were contemporaries in the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being inspired with the same mind, because the creator's order is one order. It don't matter where you at on the earth. He ain't gonna tell this nigga over here to kill his baby and kill this one over here not to. Like in the Bible, it's all kind of contradictory, you know what I mean? But I see clear all of that up.
In facts, and it clears up the whole idea of does God test men? Absolutely he does. But the creator doesn't. God, the false God tested Abram in the Bible. True God tested Abram with a false God in a Waspi, right? And true God comes to Poe, but and he tests him. You dig what I'm talking about? But he tempted Abram in the Bible. He said, nigga, kill that nigga. And Abram was about to kill him. No questions asked.
Yep.
And see, this is why a Waspi is dope, because it don't make sense to say in the Bible, I don't tempt and test men like that. And then yet in the beginning of the book, you testing Abram like this. To find out that this deity, this thing that's doing all the testing, is a one-time living, breathing man and is no more than what you gonna be in the future, is astounding. It's astounding. This is why Abraham crushed all the idols of his fathers.
Yep.
He seen that they was weak. He even looked at the moon, the sun, Everything. He looked at all. He said, "Man, ain't none of this can be the creator because he got to make this."
Right. That's what he said, man. That's a testament to Abraham.
Yeah, it can't be the creator. The sun can't be the creator. It sets.
Right.
The moon can't be the creator. It sets too. Like,
well, in actuality, if you was God, that'd be a lie too.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sun don't set.
Yeah, exactly. But look, we talking about his understanding when he was reading the book of Joshua, and his understanding on trying to find the creator. You feel me?
Yep. The crazy part is, in OISP, true God would have never said that.
Right, exactly.
True God has said, well, as the earth spent on its axis.
Yeah, that was Abram questioning within himself.
Right.
In the Joshua. You know what I mean? It wasn't even God, it was Abram questioning within himself. He was like, because from an earth perspective, the sun do set, unless you know about it, unless you know about the vortexian currents and all that. But from an earth's perspective, it does. So within himself, he was like, nah,
that can't be
because it's set. That
where'd it go? It disappeared.
them little idols in my daddy closet can't be the creators, you know what I mean? Because I seen him make them.
You know what's crazy, Mally? How many people we didn't ask would they kill their child, and they didn't even hesitate, bro? I mean, said it with glee.
One cat said, "Hell yeah."
Niggas is wild.
A nigga said, "I'm not more than my brother."
Yeah.
I'm not more than Abraham. What, nigga? I'm gonna go take him in the house, read him the Bible. We gonna cry together. I said, "Damn, you gonna still kill him?"
Yeah, man. I know his son was looking at him all upside his face, like, "Damn, fuck, that's messed up."
Yeah, dang, what I do?
Oh man, wow.
Yeah, about his child or his new grandchild, he was bragging about. He was like, "Yeah, damn, we didn't even test the spirit, my nigga." It's just so that's what I'm saying. Is like what you have today is our people worshiping the Bible. The Bible is the idol now.
Right.
It has figure and it's worship.
Yeah.
Bible. So no matter what the Bible says, instead of you scrutinizing it and saying, "No, we got to critique that. That don't even sound right." Instead of you doing that, you feel me? You say whatever it says, I'm all the way in with it. So if it say kill the child or the grandchild, nigga, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. And it's like, boy, them deities done ran amok on our people, bro. On people, period.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Facts. And this is how MALAKIMAC can say with what he believes is a clear conscience. Yeah, we in war. I would rape her.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I would kill her. That's what it say, don't it? It say kill her, so I'm gonna kill her. You dig what I'm talking about? It says grape her. After 30 days, I can grape her. It ain't grape no more after 30 days.
Yeah, she ain't got no choice. And
that's what it say. Yeah, that's what it say. So that's what I could do.
Right.
I'm like, damn, man.
I have to be more careful, boy.
That's the gospel.
Yeah. You can't even be real within yourself and cause something that's crazy. Like, nah, they don't even sound right. I know they don't feel right. I know they ain't what the creator talking about. Even though within you, everything is going off. The alarm going off within you. Like, boy, you know they don't sound right. What you mean she deserved to get killed because she broke up with you? And then you look up years later, you know what I mean? It happens. And then I'm looking and I'm gauging to see, is it the same energy? Like you said, this is a judgment of your God, right?
Yeah.
So one of your loved ones or your girl, you know, and I'm just speaking in general. I'm not speaking about nobody's situation. I'm just speaking in general. Right? The concept is break up with you or, you know, whatever happens and y'all end up breaking up and she leaves you, then she can do that in the olden days. So based off what's written, she deserves death, right? But then you say that and you stand on that for years, and then it just so happens that the one of them that broke up with you ended up getting killed years later, you know what I mean? But end up getting killed. You feel me? Where that energy at now? Is it popping bottles? That's judgment of the Most High God, nigga. Yeah. Or is it hey, that's fucked up. And trip about this, me knowing you, I know because I talked to you. You know what I mean? If I knew you and he was going through that and I talked to you, I know for sure you over there crying. I gotta counsel you, bro. It's all good, man. Everything gonna be okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, but later on, we gonna have this conversation about the judgment of who you call God, because the judgment is based off you. Death. Death came years later. Death came years later, right? And instead of celebrating the judgment of God, yeah, it's a man. That's fucked up. It happened like that. Right now ain't the time for me to get on you and say, hold on, nigga. We supposed to be celebrating because she dumped you, and you said this is a judgment of God if she died.
And then they won't keep it real.
That at you, but think about what you saying. The shit that happens to us out here, you quick to say that's the judgment of God. It's the judgment of God. It's the judgment of God. You feel me? So again, bro, turning the Bible into an idol keeps you like that because now you're bound to it. No matter what it say, I gotta explain it to where it sound right. Nah, over here we ain't. Look, if it sound like it's crazy, that's just what it is. Nigga, I'm not bound to explain it away and make it sound right.
And then they never put they self in the other people's shoes. You dig what I'm talking about? My thing is, how could you? You would never want somebody to run in your house, kill you and your wife and the rest of your kids, and just because your daughter is pretty, right? Take her, cut her hair, cut her nails off so she can't fight back, take her to a whole different place, change her clothes, and then you get to grape her. You wouldn't want that to happen to your daughter.
Hell no. And
you dig what I'm talking about? So why is it okay for it to happen to somebody else's daughter? You dig what I'm talking about? You wouldn't want that for your own. And as an Israelite, the whole idea, you dig what I'm talking about? If you claiming to be an Israelite, is to treat people how you want to be treated. If you're not doing that, you're not an Israelite.
Exactly.
So now they okay with killing and all this stuff in Deuteronomy 21, you dig what I'm saying, and graping and all that, but they wouldn't want that to happen to their own. It wouldn't be okay. Is that still, like Mally is saying, is that still God's justice?
Yeah. See,
is that still the justice of your God when it happened to you?
It's not.
So
that means that the whole ideology is false then.
Got to be.
It's false.
And they're not taking into account the character of their gods either. That's one of the major things that the Creator Gang is bringing to light, is the character of your God. The fact that your God would tell you to do that shit, nigga, is crazy as hell. You see what I'm saying? The fact that you're not considering that shows me that you're in a gross spell, a God spell for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because the Creator would never tell you to go rape nobody, excuse my language. You see what I'm saying? Never tell you to go dash your enemy's babies on the stone. Nah. You see what I'm saying? Enslave your enemy.
Whole problem, you know what the problem is, young Judah? The whole problem is, first, they went to war. They God-sanctioned war. That started the downhill process of great kidnapping, murder, pillaging. All that are the byproducts of the war that your God was okay with and handed some people over to you.
Yep, the war is the mark of the beast, according to YHWH'S. That is the mark of Cain, bloodshed, war, murder. What are you talking about? The faith is supposed to be uplifting each other, providing life to the world. You know what I mean? And that's easy work to understand, that the one that said, thou shalt not kill, you know what I'm saying, would never sanction you to go to war and do just what he told you not to do. That's a schizophrenic deity. That's a bloody deity. And we got hands and feet and paws for these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
He's a liar.
Right.
That's what it makes the God. You can't tell me thou shalt not kill and don't kill nothing. I made herbs and fruits and nuts and berries for your meat.
Yeah.
and then turn around and tell me to smite Amalek utterly, kill the men, the women, the children, the little babies, and the suckling little babies. And then while you at it, since you on a spree, kill the goats, kill the oxen, kill the bulls, kill the cats, kill the dogs, kill kill everything.
Damn.
But just 2 minutes ago,
rendered, my nigga, judgment is rendered to these niggas. That's all I'm gonna say, nigga. Judgment is rendered.
Hey, bro, you gotta rub your head sometimes. Don't you like, man?
Hey, I be scratching my head like, yo, cuz, what is we reading? What is we teaching? What is we moving? What's inspiring us?
That's a lot of killing, man.
Man,
you know what? I always had a problem with, bro. This dude couldn't whoop them niggas in the mountains with them iron chariots, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I have always wondered what about the iron chariots made the gods' power insufficient. I was always, even as a little kid, he said he couldn't get the people out the mountains because he had iron chariots. I thought everybody had iron chariots, but then you gotta. Certain people work with copper and bronze, and certain people work with iron. You dig what I'm talking about? And steel. So my thing is, what about this steel that you supposedly created? Remember, you created the earth, so you had to create steel, and you had to create the process for how to make it, right? And then give a man the inspiration on how to build it. Right. But yet them niggas came through with what they had some 26s, 412s in the trunk.
That niggas had some 30s.
Yeah, them niggas said what they was sitting on, some Mickey Thompsons, some 42s. You dig what I'm talking about? What they was on that you couldn't deal with.
Get on him, guys. He wasn't strong enough for that iron.
Yo, dog, but you made iron, bro.
You made it though.
You made it.
Man. These niggas are weak, man.
Hey, look, listen. Look. God turned the light up, but them niggas had tinted windows. So he couldn't do nothing with them niggas. He had to. You dig what I'm talking about? He did all he could. He did all he could, Mally. It was a good fight, brother.
Hey, man, it makes so much sense now, though.
It was a good try.
That the creator is omnipotent, meaning all powerful. So it ain't nothing he can't do. Also, that the creator is everywhere at once and in
You want some more?
Easy to identify the deities.
Easy. I mean, literally, bro. It's like it's not even hard at all. When we got this YAH'KI, I'll never forget, man. When Shebrew called me, Shebrew was like, "Man, just go on Amazon, get you a $30 YAH'KI, man. And little bro, when it come to your door, just know an angel come with every copy." Which I found out later that Cosmon told her that.
Shebrew 144 faked this, man. That's my baby there, man.
Right.
Man, shout out Shebrew, man.
Hey, we gonna link soon.
Yeah, shout out Shebrew, man. That's my baby, man.
I used to love her voice, man. And then when I finally seen a picture of her, she was a babe. I say, good God.
Right, you wouldn't have known she was that old. She looked like a little kid.
Bro. Yeah, she did.
But let's tell me, the sister was gorgeous.
I already know.
I never saw her face because she always kept her screen thing on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I finally saw her,
had the dreads and shit.
When I saw her picture, I say, dang, sis was a babe in this mug. What? Good night.
Yeah. Little fine iron midget.
I think she's like 4'11" or something like. Looks like 4'11" or something.
Yeah, she about 4'11", 4'10". She was a little itty bitty little thing.
It was beautiful, bro. When I seen the picture, I think it was on Obituary or something, bro. I was like, that's the midget. That's sheep. That's the swift messenger. That's what we called her.
Yeah.
Swift messenger.
I say, damn, that's a swift messenger. Dang, she was a boy. That girl was fine.
Man, salute to the goddess.
And the funny part is she could dance her butt off, man. She could gig. And when you see the little people throughout history, throughout all time, even throughout YAH'KI, they always been great dancers. Even in the WASPy, they are dancers, and they dance so well that many of them, the angels, floated them around while they was dancing.
What? That's funky.
Yeah, that's in a WASPy. That's Book of Apollo. Check that out. Sue too. I think it's in Sue too.
That's crazy.
You get what I'm talking about?
That's funky right there, boy.
Yeah. And they got with the little people in Egypt. In Egypt, in the Book of the Wars, the little people in Egypt was dancing.
Dancing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think that was tight today too. We heard Creator was speaking through posts saying, yeah, when y'all, you know, when you get in your training and all that, still have times of recreation. And he brought the singing and the dancing and the singing. I said, yeah, boy, you get me started. Oh, okay,
hey,
boy. I'm telling you, you
listen.
around me, and it's a music man. Oh my god, nigga, I'm cutting the rug.
Boy, hey, look, man, can you imagine them rec times in the upper etheric heaven, bro? Can you imagine rec time in the heavens? I'm just saying. Let's just say second atmosphere. You think you're gonna talk about second resurrection, boy? They turn that Luke on and it go crazy and get say ain't nothing but Jehovah, y'all.
Hey, you just reminded me of something. When you mentioned the dancers, man, I think it was in the 1920s. There was a Renaissance in Harlem, the Harlem Renaissance. Exactly about 100 years ago. Everybody was all the niggas in Harlem was gigging. I'm talking about tap dancing, sliding down staircases, all kinds of funky grooves was going on.
Playing instruments and all that, bro. Yeah, playing instruments. Singing.
Man,
yeah.
I bet you that energy gonna probably come right back around, and these babies coming up. It's already happening. It's already happening.
Yeah, man.
All praise.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Hey, man, you know, it's an honor to be on the team with you brothers and sisters, man. Y'all believe that? You did, because I couldn't even, man, please. What I look like going back, nigga, hollering at a deity after knowing all this. Is you crazy? Man, what I look like going back over there? The blood! The blood!
It's the Canaanite God!
Kill! What do I look like?
Wow.
It's the Flavians!
The Canaanite gods!
Oh,
they're stalking me!
Running for my stalk.
It's over.
Hey, man, shout out Khalil Omani. Boy had me dying. I seen that that thing this morning, man. He had me crying.
Yeah, I see that you said that. I said, man, this cat over here is clowning.
Man.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Chop it up with these short leggers. You know what I mean? Hey, man, love y'all indeed and in truth, man. Love, light, and favor. Creator, salute y'all all. Y'all already know all praise to the ever-present Creator. Onward and upward forever. And shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all.
We love you too, niggas.
Yeah. CGG and GK. Gang in this thing, man. We up out of here, man. Salute.
Hey.
All right, peace, y'all. Shalom. So look, man, I'm up out of here. Love y'all, man. Hey, look, y'all get out there and do something great for the next man, woman, and child today. Remember, righteous works and good works done unto others is how you resurrect. It's how you get your grade up. You dig? In other words, to be solid with the Creator's creation. Stop being a misfit all your damn life and raise up and do something righteous, man. You feel good about yourself. You dig? So until the next time, man, love y'all indeed in truth. I'm about this deal, Creator gang. You bring them, we raise them. All right, till the next time, family. Shalom.